Let's get it.
Ready? Run from it. Destiny arrives
All the same. Come on, baby.
Now it's here. I am.
Yes. Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. And love is lovelier the second time around. Thank you. Let's get it. Love is in the air. Golden showers everywhere. Let's go. Yup. Come on. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation groove? It says reunited and it feels so good. Come on, baby. Let's go.
21, can you do something for me?
All right.
Can you hit a little rich flex for me?
Come on,
21,
baby.
21, can you do something for me? Can you talk to the ops next for me? 21.
5. Come on, baby. Mama said there'll be days just like this. All right.
What more do you want from me?
5, 4, 3, 2, and Riggs. Come on, Riggs. Come on. All right. Let's get it. Watch out it. Yep. Come on. All right, baby. Hey. All right, baby. All right, baby. All right. All right. We back with it, baby. Let's go. I shoot. I kid you guys not. The information for the nation is that Ezekiel Elijah Elliott is back. So no more of the last image that you have of Ezekiel Elliott would be him in the silver and blue as the center. Come on, baby. Hey. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, Zeke. Yes, is it Zeke?
Are you not entertained? Are you not
On
entertained?
the ones and twos. Oh, I forgot to ask. Put one in the chat if the audio is straight. Put one in the chat if the audio is straight, because the Cowboys are going to bring back Ezekiel Elliott, who had 3 touchdowns last season. I would tell you guys, first and foremost, Zeke, he will be a better in between the tackle runner than what we had last season. Looking back at his tape, when they play light boxes, he were able to exploit against that. I think that Zeke, with the Cowboys, with his new reunited offensive line, I think that he will be able to give us something mixed in with the other running backs. Even if it's for the mindset of veteran leadership, he'll bring that. And he'll bring that to the table. Look, he's able to move the pile and pocket here. It's a situation. This is quarterback Zeke. Look at Wildcat Zeke. Boy, he scored off of that. Can you believe that? Boy, we needed that in Miami. Did we need something like that in Miami? Quarterback Zeke, baby. He's back. Push it. Push it. Yeah. I cannot believe it. And this is what he was able to do against the Bills. Boy, we needed this against the Bills last year. You know, he was able to run through the Bills last season. So at least we get this version or kind of caliber of Zeke back. Hopefully it will be a situation and scenario that the Cowboys don't pretty much say, hey, we just going to love the fact that we got Zeke and not look for any other running back. No, you continue to look. You continue to look. We needed somebody to run like this against the Bills, though. We couldn't do that last year, but the Patriots were able to do it. But, you know, when you look back at the older footages of Zeke his last year with us, he had 12 touchdowns. And one of the things that I said that the Cowboys must do, M-U-S-T, is make sure that they replace and also replenish what he was able to do. And the Cowboys were allergic to that particular philosophy, not even the stone to just even replace or replenish this. So hopefully, man, I don't know what number he's going to wear. News is being reported now that he's going to get anywhere between, $2 to $3 million worth of a deal. And hopefully the Cowboys can get back to those graces of just playing some good football, right? And here's my other thoughts of it as we put a little flavor on this, man. Let's put a little bit more flavor on this, man.
21. Can
Come
you
on,
do
baby.
something for me? Can you talk to the ops
Talk
next
to the
for
ops
me?
for me, man. Come on, 21. What you gonna do for me, man? Can you get inside and score a touchdown? That's what we're looking for, right? So I'm thinking, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls that's listening, can it be a situation that Zeke can help out the pass pro? Yes, I talked about that earlier in the morning time. Can he also help out Tyler Guyton? Yes, you know, you got an extra back that's in the back with that cantankerous head like Zeke. He can get in the way, pause if necessary, and stop some stuff. So I like that, ladies and gentlemen. So if we can get those small things, everything else will work its way out. Short yardages, keep in mind that running back by committee would be a great look for us. And on top of this, write this down. It's better to have him inside the tent pissing out than outside the tent pissing in. Because we know that how the Eagles and how the Washington and the Giants may have been looking at this. News were floating around that they wanted, dare I say, to at least bring him in for a cup of coffee. So at least you can have somebody with this kind of caliber on your roster. And I'm not saying that Ezekiel Elliott was the guy that can be the end-all, be-all for us. No. I'm not saying that. So that's just all I'm saying right here. These are things that we can use and utilize for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I would like to know, ladies and gentlemen, far as the Ezekiel Elliott situation, far as how y'all feel about everything. And I get it. There will be people that's in the middle of the road with this, and there will be people on the outside of the road with this. Look, I get it. I understand. I absolutely understand your frustration. I do. There are a plethora of teams and options and solutions out there that we could have at least entertained for a better situation. I was thinking, let me see if I can pull this up on the fly on my Twitter. And I was telling people just a few days ago that this could have been an option for us. Let me slide all the way down here. Shout out to the Outlaw Cowboy. He said, if I'm Jerry, I'm calling the Jets about Israel. Right? Alabama Kande, or however you say that man's name. And the Jets have too many running backs. Breece Hall, Breland Allen, Isaiah Davis, and then they have Izzy. I'm with the mindset that, hey, I will pick up the phone, Jerry, and call those boys. I'm crazy enough to call them and say, hey, I see that you guys drafted Breland Allen. What about Breece Hall? I wouldn't even start off with Izzy. I'll start off with the head honcho. You know, I would start off with the head running back, right? I'll say, hey, what you want for Breece? He's been hurt. He's been underperforming over there. What you want? What do you want for him? You know, y'all got everything already. You got to give Breland Allen a chance. Let me get Breece Hall up off you, you know. Wouldn't y'all feel different, though? Who's shanking me with the butter knife? Come on, man.
Shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
I wouldn't mind. And then they're not even in the interconference, right? They AFC. So normally you can get some type of traction there. I'm not saying, look, to me, I'm looking at Ezekiel Elijah Elliott as a placeholder. I'm not looking at him as an end-all be-all. But in the eyes of the Joneses, they look differently when they see somebody that they love. I had news and information that Zeke already signed before the draft, right? So with that type of information, they probably, and I know a lot of people don't want to say this, but they already probably circumvented so that they would not draft a running back so that their pick and their decision of their mind can go through the process, right? So that's just how that goes. So if it was to the Cowboys, Jerry Wayne Jones, you know, he talk a lot, and as well as Stephen Jones, or John Stephen Jones, if you want to have his whole government name. If you really look at it, they probably already had their minds made, you know. And when you think of it, they said to themselves, it's Jonathan Brooks or bust, right? So at the end of the day, they made it, whereas, hey, we gonna get the rulings of what we want opposed to what everybody else don't want. You know, that's just how it is. And crazy enough that it is not to bring politics into the building, but I'm gonna bring it here because that's just how it is. If they want to send $95 to $96 billion to overseas to help something out over there, they would do it. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. Right? They would rather focus on these United States of shutting down TikTok, juxtaposed to saying, people, man, you walk around these streets, people are sleeping on the alleyways. People are getting ran over and hit by cars, and people are stopping and saying, oh, what did I just hit? Oh, let me keep going. That's how this world is. People do what they want to do, right? Think about it. Don't you know how much 95 or to $96 billion are? Shoot. So they make the call to do what they want to do. That's all I'm saying. So when Jerry Jones, when he saw Ezekiel Elliott, his son that he drafted in 2016, and he can say to himself, hey, I made a mistake here and there, but for dog sure, I'm not finna say that this was a mistake. I'm going to bring my son back, Ezekiel Elliott, and that's what he did. He brought his son back. Will this help on Zeke cap space? Joey, I'm glad that you mentioned. I believe, I'm afraid to tell you that it won't help. It won't help out on that situation. Let's listen in to 105. Come on, sweet child of mine. Come on, baby.
Hope you can
Where
hear it.
do we go now?
Let's bring in John Machota from the Athletic.
Sweet child of mine. What they know about
Elliott
that?
Throughout his career, and he
She
joins us
got a
here on the DNM
smile
Leasing
that
Hotline on
leads
Sean,
to
RJ, and
me.
Bobby. Good morning, John. Your
Childhood
Zeke reaction.
Memories.
I mean, the Cowboys kind of take the surprise out of it when you're around them this weekend. I mean, I think most, if not all organizations would be giving out a lot of no comments. But if you go back to last week's Tuesday press conference, the kind of the pre-draft thing they do every year, and they were open, Steven and Jerry, about going into detail about, hey, meeting up with Rocky Arsenault and Zeke last week out at the Star, and then that throughout the draft when they would be asked about it, it just seemed like it was a foregone conclusion. And then they do this little thing called not draft a running back with any of their 8 picks, and you just seem like, well, this stuff's lining up. I'd say the biggest thing to me is just, and I probably shouldn't just look at one stat, but it's tough to get past the whole every single season, the rushing average yards per carry just keeps going down. And Jerry said that he liked what he saw from Zeke during those last few games in New England last year. So I guess that was enough for him. But I don't know how you look at this running back room and think that, oh, no, they're fine at running back.
What do you think his role?
Well, before he talk about, the running back room. Now, I'm biased. I told y'all straight up. I told y'all I'm biased. It was no ifs, ands, and buts about it, man. I told y'all I'm biased about this one right here. Y'all can talk bad about me all y'all want, but this is the guy I'm looking for. I'm looking for Snoop. Not Dog, but I'm looking for him. I want to see him behind this offensive line, I want to see good old Snoop run this ball. That's who I'm biased for right here. And he's at the bottom end of the depth chart. You know, I think that he's going to outperform Malik Davis. I think that he's going to give Rico Dido a run for his money. And Royce Freeman and all of those boys, hey, I get it, right? Hey, those are old brooms that know how to get those corners, right? Royce Freeman, Ezekiel Elliott, but I'm looking for Snoop, man. Look, Snoop, that's who I want. And every year there's a running back that comes out of nowhere, and people be looking at it and saying, "Well, hey, how did the Cowboys get a dude named Snoop on the team?" And that's my little pet cat. Now I do like the other running back that's been the undrafted guy. I'm still conjuring up all of his tape. And 4-3 is 4-3, and his name is Nate Pete. Oh, my goodness, man, I like Lil Nate. You know, so we so used to saying Big Nate, but I like Lil Nate Pete, man. And, of course, you know, CBS got their list of guys right here. Current Cowboys, RB room. You got Zeke, you got Royce, you got Rico, you got Malik Davis, you got Snoop, you got Deuce Vaughn, and you got Hunter Lukey. My fullback choice, of course, is Hunter. I like Hunter. I like what he brings to the table, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to get back to my guy, Snoop. Don't y'all sleep on Snoop, dog. You know, I just want to see what it's going to look like when training camp and Oxnard and all of that good stuff hit around. And I think that he can be that power back that can run in between the tackles, that can catch out of the backfield. Kind of run like DeMarco Murray just a little bit, don't he? You know, I want that over here, baby. So let's get back to it. Let's listen to what my guy John Machado is going to say, what will be the overall collective role for Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, will be, John.
In this running back room, he could be the lead guy. I mean, there's not like an obvious. I mean, Rico Dowdle, Royce Freeman,
Nate Pete, baby.
It's open for. I don't think anybody can tell you right now who their leading rusher could be. Their leading rusher this season might not be on the team yet.
Well,
I mean, it's
Brees Hall, baby, he coming.
There's no way that this is the running back room. There's no way the starter's on the roster right now, right?
Right.
You know, it's funny you say there's no way, but I just in covering this team, and you guys will obviously remember because you don't have to go back that far, but there were times when we felt this way about the safety position. And
no doubt. Then all of a sudden, my guy Travis, man, he says, hey, he looked like Darren McFadden, Snoop. McFadden had them two-pick legs, though. McFadden was a big dude, but he had two-pick legs, man. He like McFadden used to run, though. McFadden used to tuck that little foot down inside and scoot upfield and runs a 4.3 something too. But he had little two-pick legs, man. He just skipped leg day. McFadden said, man, F leg day, man. I'm good up top. You know, he had the muscles and everything. Who remembered him? Who remembered Darren McFadden? Yeah, I think he got hurt. You know, he slipped out of a pool one time, broke his phone, and that was the last time we saw or seen Darren McFadden. Yeah, Lord, we might not be soft. Yeah, you ain't lying. Let's listen to more of what he had to say.
The defensive tackle position where it was like it wasn't just like the NFC East or just the NFC. We're talking the entire NFL. There was nobody pouring less resources in the safety position. And for a while there, the defensive tackle position. And running back is clearly it's funny because I've watched it go from where it was so important under Jason Garrett, you know, where whether you talk about that DeMarco Murray season in 2014, and then they were like, well, we can do it kind of with anybody, and brought in Darren McFadden, and then they go and they're like, no, we need a lead guy, and they draft Zeke,
right.
And then they gave him the contract extension, and ever since then, I feel like that's been to Jerry or whoever else in there, but most importantly Jerry, that well, we're not going to make any significant investments in running back again, and it was very apparent last year's draft. They needed to draft a running back somewhere in the middle of that draft, and they didn't do it until the sixth round. And they obviously needed to do it again in this draft because, let's be honest, the biggest thing about this is running back is a young man's game.
It is.
And for them not to draft one in either of these two drafts, that was kind of telling to me because I know a lot of people will point to that fourth round and say, well, they didn't have a fourth-round pick, and that's the one they used on Trey Lance. I don't know if they had a fourth-round pick, they were taking a running back there either. I think what this tells you, actions speak louder than words. And our actions say that no team in the NFL has devalued the running back position more than the Cowboys.
Because a lot of that is they were so high in the position before, but I mean, because the Chiefs took an approach like this where they just took a 7th-round pick at Pacheco and just threw him out there.
Yeah, they did.
Are they completely just telling everybody that we do not care? We are just going to roll out a committee, and that's it? That's what we're supposed to expect?
Well, as of right now, but I thought it was interesting how Jerry pointed out on Saturday when talking about the running back position, how, and really just in their roster building in general, what remains, and talked about how, well, there's teams that have won the Super Bowl that made a trade, and he specifically said for running back in the middle of the season. So that can be done. He didn't say any other position, but he used that as an example. And so to me, that just seems like we're going to look at this entire season where they could be bringing in guys off the street if it isn't working. They could be making a trade to another team. I just find it hard to believe that they're like, well, no, here, Coach McCarthy, here's your group. Figure it out.
Figure it out, Coach.
I don't see that happening.
No doubt. And you can try to use the Chiefs as a gold standard. And people think that the Chiefs was just made in one night. No, man, it took. Man, I'm going to say this once again. The Chiefs was a perfect, I'm talking about a damn near perfect storm. Think about how many years in time it took Andy Reid to develop as a coach. He literally developed as a coach in the Eagles land. He was a good coach for the Eagles. Good coach, right? We absolutely popped champagne bottles when he was gone, right? And we were trying to finagle a way for him to come here, right? But the Cowboys were so in love with Jason Garrett, there's a whole nother conversation. But he went to the Chiefs, never had a losing season there, right? And they were always good on defense and offense. And he had Alex Smith, who was a former first-round draft pick there. And then the owner said, hey, they didn't like Pat Mahomes. They loved him. And it was a perfect storm when they got Eric Bieniemy to teach and to be that yin to Andy Reid's yang, right? All of that took time. All of that took investment in years, man, right? So what now people look at it when they see the Chiefs, oh, man, you can be like the Chiefs. No, you can't. No, you can't be like the Chiefs. It takes commitment to the commitment. They got to commit it. Don't y'all know just as important is for the Chiefs to have Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes is the other guy, Spags. Nola, I ain't talking about Mickey that's here, talking about that Spagnola, right, who was a former head coach. And if anything was his calling card was defense. He goes there and nobody asks for his resume, right? All he have to do is just focus on defense. They ain't calling him for interviews. They ain't having 50 million interviews for him. So it's a perfect storm. So I want teams to stop trying to say, hey, man, look at the Chiefs. Look what they are able to do. Let's go. And on top of that, I found that picture of my guy right quick. Darren McFadden. Here you go, McFadden has come to my mind. Yeah, that McFadden, he would run, boy. He'd be running, and he just had the little legs, and he'd just be running just like that. Darren McFadden on the run, baby. Hey, McFadden, don't come after me, man, but I appreciate you, man. Good call.
John Machota from The Athletic, recapping the Cowboys draft on the D&M Leasing Hotline. John, do you think that Jerry's Jonathan Brooks' comments were ill-advised or a little intentional?
Oh, he knew what he was doing there. As soon as I left that draft and walked back in our little room that we write in, that's what I told multiple people in there. I go, there's no way he says that unless it was like, well, we know he's not going to make it here, and we're not trading back up in the second round. So that's not going to be a guy we get. And maybe it was a guy that even if he was there in the second round, maybe they didn't love him as much as was put out there. But I understand where everything is right now. Whether you talk about the end of the season, the what I think is the worst loss in Cowboys history, then you roll it into the all-in comments, then you roll into them doing the least amount they've ever done in free agency, the least amount of any team in the NFL. It's so easy to be frustrated with the Cowboys, poke fun at them, whatever. But I just do not believe that Jerry Jones really wanted Jonathan Brooks and then said all that stuff and went on and on. It wasn't like it was just, oh, no, we like Jonathan Brooks. when he kept pouring on, the more and more I thought, oh, no, he's doing this on purpose. They're not really all that interested. They'll be just fine if he goes before they pick.
John, when you
Nah, yeah, John, you my guy, John, but I disagree, man. If Jonathan Brooks was there with the 56 pick, it would have been just like this. With the 56 pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Texas Longhorn Jonathan Brooks. It would have been there. Look, Jane Slater was saying that 3 months ago, before football got going. The teams were still in playoff mode, and she was saying, if Jonathan Brooks is there, the Cowboys will sign him. It's just that Jerry Jones do what Jerry do. He speak a lot, he talk a lot. And when you talk a lot, people are saying to themselves, let me take another look at this. Think about this. Hear me out. Regardless of how you look at it, regardless of what you may say, as far as drafting, what are the Cowboys known for? And what do the 3-letter to 4-letter networks give the Cowboys, if anything, credit for? I'm going to go ahead and answer it. They give them credit for drafting well. They say, hey, they are a well-oiled machine on drafting, right? So if the Cowboys, whether it's loose lips sink big ships, or whether it may just be Jerry Jones was lying to kick it, or Luke Cannon, they got major influences as it relates to drafting a certain player. When they say that they are high on a individual, team's antennas raised high. They're the entire state building, right? Empire State Building. They do. Because we are known for drafting well. It was no element of surprise when the Cowboys saw Dallas Goedert, and they said, yeah, man, we really like Dallas Goedert. Hey, man, he would be a great replacement for Jason Witten. It didn't surprise me at all. The Eagles were like, shoot, we've been bombing out on all draft picks. Let's just follow the leader. Let's just go ahead and draft Dallas Goedert. Maybe he'll pan out. And that's what they did. They wasn't thinking about no doggone tight end at the time. They already had their tight end that was doing some good stuff. I forgot his name. His name at the tip. I think it's Zach Ertz or Bryce Selleck or whoever, Selleck kid. They already had 2 tight ends at the time. Teams listen to the Joneses. They do. So when you start saying, hey, Jonathan Brooks, man, my team of doctors did his surgery and he is the best, shoot, teams was like, you know what? I don't even need a running back right now. I'm going to see if I can go ahead and take a real good look at him. We do, Isaac. We talk a little too much. It was Zach Ertz at the time. Yeah, and Zach Ertz was still healthy at that time. But the Cowboys, they tend to talk a little too much, right? Yeah, they start mentioning, yeah, man, we really like Jalen Carter. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, hey, the Eagles like hey, well, if he fall to us, hey, we going to get him. We going to make sure we get him. Hey, we like Jordan Davis. Yeah, all right, cool. We going to get him. Hey, man, we really like Vita Vea. Okay, Tampa Bay Buccaneers were like, okay, all right, good. We going to get him. Yeah. Hey, Bleed Green. Hey, come on now. Bleed Green. Now, I know you want a lot of Luke Cave, but during that time frame, it was fresh on our mind that everybody was, y'all was really high on Zach Ertz. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you guys about the Eagles, and I'm going to give y'all a little bit of credit right here. When y'all players leave, y'all don't hold no ceremony or no parade for them. Y'all don't hold on to no feelings. Y'all would take a player and leave a player, get rid of a player, right? So y'all don't fall. Look, right now y'all can get rid of Dallas Goedert, and y'all won't be having all these pitch fits about this and that, right? I'm old enough to remember y'all were going tooth and nail with us. Hey, man, Carson Wentz is the greatest thing. He's better than Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning. If you look at this and you look at that, he is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever walk the land. And then when he became wheelchair Lance, Wentz, y'all got rid of him so quick. Yeah, boy, y'all had no love lost for him. Hey, goodbye, sayonara. But before that time frame, y'all, look, the Eagles fans, they are the most fan base that will fight over everything, Well, actually, Law, in 1913, we had literally 5 Super Bowls. During that time, it just wasn't called Super Bowls, you know. Oh yeah. We are world champions, man. And I don't care if it was only 4 teams in the league at that time, but you got to count that as Super Bowls, right? And I'm saying like, hey, wait a minute, man. My people were singing "We Shall Overcome," but yeah, we were singing "We Shall Overcome," and y'all want to still count those as Super Bowl rings? Okay, if you want to count them, right? That's how Eagle fans be. Yes, indeed. And they would say, hey, man, Hey, we were the last ones there in 2017. Well, 17, almost going on 8 years now. It's a long time. Yeah. Yeah, we don't count those. Yeah, Eagle fans will fight you to the death, you know. Actually, man, Jalen Hurts is better than Pat Mahomes. Why? He outperformed Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl, you know.
You look at the way the Cowboys, like you mentioned, they may be signing guys off the street. They may be doing different things like that with running back. Are we setting up for potentially a replay of 2018 where they approached receiver a certain way and thought they were going to be able to get by and they were doing everything else, and then it got to the bye week and they were like, okay, now we have to go sacrifice capital and go trade for an Amari Cooper? Like, do you think we're going to be looking at mid-season them going, we've clearly made a mistake here and now we have to send draft capital somewhere to go get a running back?
I think that that's likely. I'm not going to say it's 90%, but I think that there's probably a 70% chance that's what ends up happening. And I mean, hey, I'll be the first to tell you, I do think that you shouldn't spend significantly on running back. But there are levels to this. I don't know about to the level that they're at right now. And so because of that, yeah, I would find it hard to believe. And the other thing is, too, you're not going to probably have to give as much up for a running back as, like, you know, because when you point that out, I think a lot of people might listen to that and say, oh, they're going to give away a future first for a wide receiver like Amari Cooper. They're going to do it at the running back spot. You won't have to do that at running back just because of how the position has been devalued. But as you sit here today and not knowing what that potential player could be, and you look at the running back room, I can see where there would be a lot of concern.
John, let's go through some of your impressions of the actual picks. Let's start off with Guyton and Marshawn Nealon, who they took in the second.
Ooh-wee, but before he get going, appreciate you. Scott Simpkins, man. What's good with you, man? I am business as I'm dead over. We shall overcome. Well, yeah. That's how the Eagles are, man. I love them, man. I love Eagle fan. I got a brother that's a diehard Eagle fan. You know, Jalen Reagor is better than CD Lamb. CD Lamb is trash. You know, then Jalen Reagor, you know, when he drop a pass, hey man, you know they hide the comments, they delete the comments and everything. Yes, indeed. Remember that Jalen Reagor? He's going to be the best wide receiver out of this draft. Just wait, just watch. Didn't they drafted Jalen Reagor over Jefferson, you know? Shit. Oh, man. Before the draft, hey, we want CD Lamb. Then after the draft, CD Lamb is trash. You know. Before the draft, Parsons is trash. We got our Slim Reaper. And then Parsons like a few tweets from the Philadelphia 76ers. Hey, Parsons is him. Hey, man, that's how it be, don't it? Hassan Reddick is better than Parsons. Everybody's better than Parsons. It's crazy, man. Oh, my goodness. Nakobe Dean is better than Parsons. Eagle fans are the most optimistic, the most toxic, and the most delusional fan base in the NFL. It's crazy. Yeah, it was like crazy when they won that Super Bowl, though. It was like at that moment, before I hit play, before we started talking about Nealon, at that moment, I was sitting here like, y'all got to understand. At that time, the Patriots were going to their 5th Super Bowl. They haven't won their 5th Super Bowl, I believe. And we was like, or Tom Brady haven't won his 5th Super Bowl, or he was on his 5th Super Bowl, something like that. And we were sitting here like, do you want to hear it from the Patriots fans, or do you want to hear it from the Eagles fans? And we was like, just look, at this point, let's just go ahead and let the Eagles win a Super Bowl, you know. And then the craziest thing of it all, I think the following year, Tom Brady ended up winning the freaking Super Bowl regardless, right? So we're sitting here like, God, dog. But at the end of the day, 2017 was a weird year altogether. Scott says, what's up, man? We just signed the linebacker Damian Wilson from the Carolina Panthers. So we re-signed him again. He was on the squad. He practiced squad. I appreciate you for making that breaking news for me, bro, if that is true. And if you put $5 in the pot for it, then I know it is. I ain't mad at you.
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 Appreciate you, man. So that is good with that. Eagles, shout out to you. He's a loud hating laugh. No, I'm just telling the truth, man. Like I said, I got my brother who's an Eagle fan.
It's hard for me to just talk about Tyler Guyton just by itself without including that they were able to get a high third-round pick out of it, and that just factors in my mind the entire time. So I felt it was fine to take Guyton at 24. And I know he's got some, hey, he's kind of a project. It's going to take some work. He's probably not going to hit the ground running. I get all that, but even if they had re-signed Tyron for another year, I still think you needed to find his heir apparent. And it's tough to do that at left tackle outside of the first round. And so I really like that, plus because of the fact that they were able to get that early third. I think if you told anybody before the draft started they'd be able to pull that off, I think most would be fine with that. And so first day, I thought they knocked it out of the park. The Nealon thing kind of surprised me, and so for me, both at the Athletic and just being
hold on before the Damian Wilson deal. From notes for what they said, that I listened to somebody on a podcast, and they said that they didn't really want to get rid of could be Mike Fisher and Big Game James. He said that they really didn't want to get rid of Harper. They thought if they can cut him, to then free up some space and then bring him back, right? But all evidence of tape shows that Damian is not better than Harper. But if they bring Damian back, at least, since they brought him back, I know for sure that this is not a Mike Zim thing. This is not a Paul Gunter or Coach Jeff Z or what have you. This is either a Will McClay deal or Jerry Jones deal of circling the block to bring somebody back, right? Because there's no allegiance to those particular guys. So it's good to see. It's not good to see, but we are back, boys. We might as well. We might as well go ahead and bring Dexter Coakley back, man. Come on, bring him back. Dak Wynn, bring him back. Shoot. Sean Lee, man, come on, bring Sean Lee back. North Face says, or No Face says, Wilson do have a Super Bowl, Let's go, man. Shoot, let's go.
Friends with Dane Brugler. I lean on him for a lot of this stuff just because I know he does it, 365. And so I knew how highly he had Nealon rated and him still being out there. I liked the move, and I didn't think it was a huge surprise just because how much longer are you going to have DeMarcus Lawrence? This could be his final season. You just lost Dorrance Armstrong. They're hoping for big things out of Sam Williams, but what if he doesn't meet that? You need another edge rusher opposite of Micah, and I even thought edge rusher could have been a possibility in the first round if they got wiped out on the offensive line. So that part didn't surprise me. I don't know a ton of Nealon. The biggest thing is that anybody you talk to about him just talks about how there's that motor, that effort all the time. And so to me, that compares a little bit to like Dorrance and to DeMarcus. And so, yeah, I really like both those picks.
Now we move on to Zach Wilczyk's favorite, Cooper Beebe. And then let's get to the name I'm scared to pronounce with Maris Leofau.
So, yeah, Beebe, again, I just think I look at that as a package deal with Guyton. And I just find it hard to believe that anybody that studies the draft would honestly say that they didn't love the idea. If you went into the draft and you said, hey, look at all these issues the Cowboys have, all the holes they have on the offensive line, they're going to turn pick 24 into getting Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe. I get it. It's easy to be negative about the Cowboys right now, but I don't understand how anybody doesn't love that. I mean, that's about as good as you can expect out of the 24th pick to turn it into that. And so the thing about Beebe is that I think they're going to give him every opportunity to be their starting center. But let's say that he's just okay and it doesn't work out. everything I just said about DeMarcus Lawrence not knowing how much longer he's going to play, you can say a lot of the similar stuff about Zach Martin. I mean, if this is Zach's last season in Dallas, Cooper Beebe could be a guy that ends up being their right guard of the future. And so either way, they needed so much help on the offensive line to get both of those guys. You know, Guyton and Beebe, I thought was a home run. By far the best thing that they did in this draft. And then Leofau, I know they liked.
Before you go to Leofau, I'm hearing too many people saying that, you know, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Zach Martin being his last season, you know. So if we got the NFL script, you know, then please, NFL, let it be that, man, we can't have all of these great guys to build the wall of Dallas, the pieces, to not at least get to the Super Bowl, man. So let that script be that at least Zach Martin get to the Super Bowl, man. Come on, and win it, too, by the way. Sometimes you got to make sure you ask for it all, man. Last time I said in 2022, I said, man, Dak Prescott going to the Super Bowl, but I wasn't really precise on what I was praying for, right? Dak Prescott ultimately went to the Super Bowl, but it wasn't to play in it, right? He went for it, Man of the Year. So hopefully, man, this time we gonna all touch and agree. We gonna pray. And sometimes we got to lean on prayers, y'all. Prayers can change a lot of things, right? Dallas Cowboys going to the Super Bowl, right? And winning. We don't want to just get there. The Dallas Cowboys, say it with me, going to the Super Bowl and winning as of April the 29th. Come on, y'all. Let's put our prayers and thoughts together, man. Something can happen. Miracles can happen. They can, right? So let it be, man, that if this Zach Martin's last season, let him go out like Elway, man. Come on. But I don't like it. I don't like it that this could be his last year.
And they brought him in. I just thought he was more probably a 4th or 5th round guy. But when they don't have a 4th round pick and they don't pick until late in the 5th, and then now knowing exactly how much they've devalued running back, I understand why they took him. I think it's because of not just what he can do on defense and how multiple he is there, but I think he immediately comes in and he's probably one of their best special teams players in a time where I think special teams are going to matter even more now with some of the rule changes. And so just listening to Will McClay and some others, even on your station before the final round started, you know, listening to you guys in the draft show talking to some of the scouts and stuff, it's very clear that they liked, much like with Nealon, the effort and the upside there, and they needed help at linebacker, so I didn't hate the pick.
John, is it unusual, though, the idea you talk about Beebe starting at center, never played center in college, Guyton played one game at left tackle at Oklahoma. Is there concern about, hey, we're not only banking on 2 rookies on our starting offensive line next year, we're banking on 2 rookies who we're asking to change positions?
To be honest with you, I understand why people would have concern about that, and there is a reason to have some concern. For me, though, I just look at the alternative, and it's kind of like looking at the rest of this running back room. I look at the rest of that offensive line room and I go, okay, we'll take them away. Pretend like you didn't draft them. Who are you having in those positions? So I don't feel that much better about any of those guys. Yeah. So it is one of those things where I just feel like we're kind of back into that 2011 when Garrett took over as head coach. You could tell his number one thing was going to be having to turn over the offensive line because it was aging. Guys they were moving on from. And so obviously it was nice to be able to get Tyron Smith as Jason Garrett's first draft pick, but they didn't get a chance to pick that high. Of course, they'd love to have Joe Alt, but that just wasn't going to happen. And so whoever they were going to get at 24, even if they didn't trade back, there was going to be something about that player. Marius Mims, it wasn't like that was, oh, well, this is a no-doubter. This guy stepped in right away, and he's Tyron part 2. I just feel like whatever you were going to get there's going to be a little bit of a growth that's needed there. And so the one thing I'll say is that, again, it's easy to be critical of the Cowboys, but I think you're taking a little too far to be critical of their offensive line in terms of the draft, specifically the first round. They have done that as well, if not better than every single team in the league, so they deserve benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, they deserve benefit of the doubt there. Shout out to Walker Wade, 44. Sean Lee had a few years off. He'll be healthy if he come back. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Sean Lee coming back in the capacity with all, bull sugar aside. It wouldn't hurt for him to come back to be a head not a head coach, but a linebackers coach. But I know he's skiing the mountains and out with his boo thing and loved ones and squeezes. So he's just trying to reclaim his time, though. I hope he have a whole bunch of kids and everything, and he'll come back maybe another 5 or 6 years from now. Jay Business says, bring back, say it with me, James Washington. Yeah. When he said give the benefit of the doubt of the offensive line, it seems as if, though, when we do draft offensive line early, we do hit on that. Now, BB and Tyler Guyton, those guys, like BB, I ain't worried about BB, but Tyler, he's drafted on upside. And when you start talking about a guy that played primarily guard, and I'm talking about BB, and you talking about sliding him one position over to play that center role at 330 pounds, he's built like a tree stump. I'm old enough to remember Jumbo Joe Looney be a center. And we were able to get to the playoffs with Jumbo Joe Looney. And I believe we won a playoff game with Jumbo Joe Looney playing at center. I think, and I'm not saying that Joe Looney is trash. Shout out to my dog. We might have him on the podcast in the future. But I'm not saying that he's trash, but I think that BB can learn and get that spot going, right? And I can't wait for him and TJ Bass as well as Brock Hoffman all fight for that role there. 3 guys fighting for a thing, so that means they got to break the pool stick in 3 separate spots, and they're going to fight. So it's going to be great to see that. And going back to Zeke, man, and I get it, right? A lot of people is still angry and upset with the Zeke coming back. Some people are. But at the end of the day, when you start thinking of it, it's not like we're asking him to be the end-all, be-all. We're just asking Zeke to when it is light work, get your yards. And look, quarters defense, he got them yards. You playing light boxes, he gonna get them yards for you. He gonna gas you, drop that head inside. So light boxes, hey, get him up out of there, Zeke. And that's what we want. Inside runs on them light boxes. Then he bounced this one to the outside, which is cool, right? So I do like this aspect of it. And I know and I understand the last play of what Kellen Moore, when he called that doggone Zeke at center, you should have did it like this. Zeke at quarterback right here, wildcatting that thing. And what, he going to jump in there and get that touchdown, drop that head in there and scored it in there. Yeah. Look where he was at. Look at it. Okay, give me your quarterback. Okay, what? Yeah, drop that head down in there, get in there, score. 6 is 6. Those points. Give me them points. You keep having them light boxes, I'm gonna gas you in there, and those are things that I want to see. And that's all I'm saying. And I think that Zeke is going to benefit for being that veteran running back. It's going to give you those yards, especially in light boxes. That's all I'm saying. And he was able to dip it out on the edge here and score off on the Bills. Last year we couldn't even move the rock on the Bills, man. We ain't had nobody to give us a yard, man. We was looking terrible against the Bills. Bills looked like the doggone 2,000 Ravens on us, man. And that's all we need, man. We needed somebody that can press a hole, see hole, and hit hole. Come on with it.
John Machota, The Athletic, here joining us on 105.3 The Fan. Because if you look at the offseason as a whole, everything is kind of set up to win now. All these guys are on 1-year deals. But the draft was more of a future plan, which I'm fine with. I love that idea. But does that not mesh with their entire offseason as a whole?
Oh, yeah. No, it does. It's like instead of saying all in, Jerry should have just said, hey, this is going to be a little bit of a rebuild. I mean, because that's what it is kind of going through right now, is that they're going to lean even more heavily on the young guys. Jerry's saying at the end of the draft that, hey, we're going to need a lot of these guys in their second, third years to step up. And I get that. It's tough to fully believe in that because of what you've seen from Lou Schoonmaker and Mozzie Smith to think that they're going to take these massive leaps, and then Overshown coming off the knee injury. There's just a lot of counting on some really young guys that you don't know for sure what they're going to do. And I just think that, again, I go back to it started at the Senior Bowl, but then it's continued all the way up and through this weekend of just constantly going back to saying the all-in thing. I just think it makes it worse than if you to just come out during the Senior Bowl and said, hey, we got these 3 big contracts we're trying to get done with Dak, with CD, and then eventually with Micah, that we're not going to be able to be even spending as much as we did in the years past in free agency. So it's going to be there's going to be some times where there's not much going on. But to sit there and keep going back and back to the all-in, you're just making a fan base that's already angry, even angrier, and making people that were already question you even more. And so I don't think that did them any favors, but I think Jerry knows that to a certain extent, but because he kind of dug in, he's more dug in now than ever, so he's not going to back up, and he's not going to sit there and say, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. But I think that every time that comes up, it kind of makes it a little worse as opposed to just kind of tampering things down and be like, hey, it's going to be kind of a slow off season. We're not really, we got to kind of turn this roster around a little bit. So I think that was probably a mistake.
Grade the off season as a whole.
So I think the draft was I'd probably give it a B+, but with what they did how little they did in free agency, I'd have that somewhere in the D or lower. So I don't know how I could be any higher than a C or C-. A lot will depend on how this draft class impacts this team. I mean, you have to get something out of this draft class. It can't be if they're going to be anywhere close to as good as they've been the last 3 years, winning double-digit games, I don't know how this draft class can be like last year's. You can't afford that, and you need last year's draft class to make a significant leap. You need at least 2 of those guys that you didn't get anything from last year to be major contributors, and so there's a lot of projecting there, and it's tough because last year's draft class is unlike most that they've had in the last 10 years. You've usually had a few guys who are like, oh yeah, you can see it right now. This guy's going to be a contributor. This guy's going to be a major factor, and we just don't know that. So it makes you just sit there and think that, like, going into this season where, much the coaching staff final year of the contract, that it's just so boom or bust for so many of whether it's the coaching staff or older guys on the team, where if this thing gets off the tracks early, it's going to be tough to get it back on the tracks.
John Machota from The Athletic here on Sean, RJ, and Bobby, 105.3 The Fan. John, everyone feels the same way. Everyone's furious. They're
no doubt. So, dang, John Machota giving them a hard time with the offseason. And granted, he's very much so closer to the organization than most of us over here are. But for sake of time, man, let's just go ahead and the phone lines will be open. But if you guys just give me time, we're going to be going over all of the individual players one by one, no rushing. As soon as I can get things cleared from copyrights and everything like that, we will be presenting film and analysis on players, and I just got to get everything cleared, But just be patient with me, and of course, we'll be going over line for line on these individual guys. I want to give a shout out to Marquita. Thank you so much for the $40 Cash App. Appreciate you so much for help growing the nation. We are aware that Damian Wilson is back in the folds with the Cowboys. We can chalk that up as either camp body or a guy is another real size of a linebacker guy that's going to be in the fold. Like people said, he is a guy that have linebacker experiences, and he's not a safety trying to be a linebacker. He's an absolute linebacker, and he still have his home here in the DFW area, so it's good look for him and his family to just go ahead and reunite with the Cowboys as well. The more bodies we have, right? That's just how that goes. But for sake of time, man, we're going to go ahead and move things forward. And I'm going to tell you guys that John Machota did a great job. 105 did a great job on that piece of going over everything and explaining what the Ezekiel Elliott deal is all about. I think that was a real good one. All right. And also, I just want to tell you guys, Ryan Flo, I like his tape. Some people are still angry that we didn't get Brandon Rice, right? And I know bloodline is a real thing. But at this time, Brandon Rice, he's an enemy. he's not the Cowboys. He's a flat-out enemy. And I'm going to talk about the ones that we have, and that is Ryan. He can high point the ball. A lot of people are saying that, hey, it's because he was on a small school. He didn't go up against great competition. And it's crazy for me to say that one of the greatest wide receivers of all time came from a what school? A small school. And one of the greatest running backs of all time, Walter Payton, came from a what? A small school. Not big school, a small school. Shout out to my JSU and salute to Mississippi Valley for Jerry Rice. So I'm not finna be beating up schools or where they come from or where they came to or what's going on or what have you. I'm just going to say this. Let's see what he looks like. Of course, Martavis Bryant is a real thing here. Of course, Jalen Brooks is a real thing. Jalen Tolbert is a real thing, a real tangible thing there. Also, Cavante Turpin, he's a real deal. Also, CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. Jalen Monroe Cropper. They got another guy named Crooms that they done picked up. That's a 4-3 guy or 4-4 guy. So it's a situation and scenario that the Cowboys is going to be an iron sharpen iron type of thing. And I like what Chris Carter, he's training this guy, working with this guy. One thing you can say, whether it's a small school or a big school or whatever it may be, he got sticky hands. He's going to have to work on his releases, on his routes. He's a little too tall coming off of his releases, right? And you can see where he's trying to go. Those are things that Prince, I think that's still our wide receiver coach, is going to have to work on him with. They're going to have to get him going a little bit better with his reading of the field. And when it's time for him to sink down and sink his hips to get upfield, he's going to have to work on that. But 50-50 balls, I believe he can work. He can work that. And speed, hey, that's just something that the creator gave him, right? So he got those two things in his bag. And when you listen to him talk, he talks forwardly in a good way, positively. And this is him on an end around. Look at that end around. Look at that speed. I know it's against the small other school people, but hey, 4-4s, you can see it on the field. He's smooth. I do like the fact that he said himself he studies Jerry Rice, and he tries to mimic Desmond Bryant because of his size. So you add those two things together, it could be a plus for us, ladies and gentlemen. And let's not sleep on Jalen Brooks. I think that this should also raise his antennas to say to y'all, hey, I ain't finna turn around either. I love this. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on the way, man. And y'all know the call-in number. But before I do that, let me talk about some of our sponsors to keep this all afloat for today. Appreciate everybody, man, and salute to Prize Picks. They do a phenomenal job for me during this off season and for us, and all of you guys can check out Prize Picks as well. Let me tell you something. They even have picks that's already designed and ready for you under Prize Picks, and they open it up for more and more locations throughout these United States. And Marco's Moores, he got picks right here. He got his Moores over here. He going with that strategy philosophy. So we're going to edit entry here. This is what he got. We got even flex payout. Let's see what we can do. $20 can get you $500. Let's play around with this. And look who he got. Jaylen Brown, Derek White. He got Nicola Herbert Jones with 18.5. And then Josh Giddey and D'Angelo. Hey, Lakers in 7, baby. Put Lakers in 7 if you're rooting for them Lakers, baby. Come on, baby. Y'all better stop playing around over here. Come on, ain't that right? We're going to put down 100. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see if we can get this win right here. We're going to put down 100 to see if we can get $2,500 so we can be popping champagne bottle. Let me see if it's enough time. Yes. So let's go, Cowboy Nation, and those who support Prize Picks, download Prize Pick. 100% of your deposit match up to $100 will be presented to you. And all you have to do is use promo code LAW. I see y'all, man. Come on, baby. Yeah, somebody said Mavs in 6. Man, that Kyrie. Woo-wee. Kyrie, boy, he been doing his thing. And Luka Luka legends, you know. Come on. Shout out to your Def King. Yeah. John Jones says he hope.
I ran up a check,
Come on with it, baby. I want to know y'all thoughts on this draft and everything,
10
baby.
toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took
Yeah.
so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again.
There are 2 participants in the conference. All participants are muted.
Yeah. Come on. Let's get it. Come on with it, baby. Let's get it.
Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll
Come
like
on.
a Mack truck. Country heart, I'm a couple
657-390-7391. Let me know if my audio is straight. Give me a 1 in the chat. Yeah. Give me a 1 in the chat. Come on. Hey. Lakers in 7, baby. I got 100 grand with the plan. What you laughing for, man? what the heat? What you got? What you got with the heats, man?
Hey, look. We're in a better position than y'all. We're in a better position than y'all.
You better hope you are. You better hope you are. You better hope your heats are, baby. You can Miami colds around here, bug.
Hey,
yo.
Hey, I'm laughing at that Lakers. Hey. I like the Lakers tonight, though. I like them to cover the spread.
Oh, okay. Don't be using my team for immunizations, man. Come on with you. If y'all do, then you better be signing up under Prize Picks because you'll be in the mix. Come on with it. Come on with it.
I can't.
Yeah.
I said the spread, man. They ain't got they don't
do that over here. Yeah.
They don't do that. You got to get somebody else, man.
Yeah. Don't mention their names. Don't mention their names here. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah. When you get them, then we can roll. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask Prize Picks, man. We need some peanut butter spreads over here, man. yeah, we need spreads and things, man.
You know what I'm saying?
But Lakers in 7, baby.
Huh? You can do both. You can get another one man and do both.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I surely can. You know.
You know what I'm saying? Sure, I don't know why they didn't hit you up for a sponsor yet, man. What's going on out here?
Well, hey, the non-compete thing is a real thing, so I love it, you know?
Oh, okay. But it's 2 different things, though.
Nah, well.
If you get a sports book law, it's different. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't see where.
Yeah, but what you got, man? What you talking about, man? What you got for the Cowboys?
Let's talk about that behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes, man.
Good.
Lord, what happened to your bag, man? It's been stolen, Steve. Stop, Steve.
Come back, Steve.
What you got, though, dog? Now, go ahead and say Yankees and all of that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna leave it alone because y'all not doing too well. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna leave it alone for right now. It's a long season. I'm gonna let my foot off your neck. You know what I mean?
Okay,
it's a
all
long
right,
season.
Cool.
Y'all not doing good. I don't like to be the man when he got.
So what you got on Zeke, man? What he gonna do, man? What you got on Zeke, man? Yeah. What you got on Zeke?
Listen here, man. Listen, the feel-good story, but people saying 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think he got the speed no more, Lo.
Yeah, the burst acceleration, according to.
I think it's diminished.
Yeah, it diminished. So Royce is a little bit more explosive than him. He had more explosive runs according to PFF. But I'm not asking Zeke to do that. Short yardage back. I'm asking him when we get into the red zone, money zone, green zone, punch it in. Drop their head off in there, man. And that's all we asking for.
I don't care if everybody know it's coming.
Yeah.
I don't care. Let somebody else tote that rock in between the 20s. Mm-hmm. When we get down there, we know why Zeke in the game. So what?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. You can't. Mm-hmm. I'll be satisfied with that one. Okay. I'll be satisfied if we just got Zeke in there for that nastiness, and we got Zeke in there that's going to punch it in, get behind the center that we got, and just roll on through.
Yeah, roll it on.
I'll be satisfied with that, man. I'll be satisfied with that. And another thing we need on this, we need to get faster. So we need a 4-3 guy at wide receiver, and we need a big. Turpin is nice, but he's not tall. We needed a tall receiver, Law.
Yeah, they can run. Well, we got a 4-4 guy that's tall.
Right.
Well, he's 6'1.5", so we need that. But here's the thing, though. He can't get off the jam well. You're going to have to create him. You have to put him in motion. You got to get creative with him. And I think
CD can get in motion. We can do that. We might do that with CD. He can't do that with him.
Oh, yeah. No. It's not Mike now. It's going to be Steve Simcoe or Simcoe. I can't keep messing this man's name. Simcoe. It's going to be him. He was the offensive coordinator for Boston College, who got Zay Flowers going. Not saying that we got Zay Flowers around here, but I do like his concepts. Them dudes is averaging 350 yards, bro, a game. So if you bring that in as far as player concepts, right? So we got him in the. That's the hidden weapon. That's the secret sauce. I'm going ahead and put that out there.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So what is he? He's the offensive coordinator.
He's the offensive coordinator assistant. So he's going to be doing that part of it. I think that Steve, call me crazy, I think that he would bring that newness and he would get these guys going. So I'm looking for all our speed guys. Yeah, that college stuff, man. Because because if you look at it like this though, 100. Mike McCarthy was still as an old bag of chips that was left in the car halfway open in the second half, right? To this point, I believe we scored in 16 weeks or 17 weeks, only one touchdown, offensively speaking, in the second half going into that third quarter. And I was like, man, what's going on with him? Yeah, what's going on with him? I'm talking about literally we scored the least amount of points than everybody in the National Football League, and I think that Mike McCarthy needed a sneaker. I think he needed a sandwich or something. He had low sugar. So hopefully Steve can just be that balance and say, hey, this is what we're planning on doing in the third quarter. Right. This is how we're going to move the chain. We're going to get this going. And I hope that's my only hope right now.
And I think he's going to be better. He's going to be better too, Law, because of the fact that we got those road graders now. We didn't have that last year, so it was kind of hard. But now we got those road graders up there now. Now it's going to be easy for us to put the points up now.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. It's very funny. Listen to me now. Everybody in our division loaded up on DBs. We coming. Oh, we gonna run this football.
Let me say this before I let you go, bro.
Go ahead.
Before I let you go, this is nothing new. In 2017, 18, everybody in our division loaded up on D-line, folks. You want to know why? Because they because of Zeke. 17, 18, 19. That's what started the Bama boys. That what started even when you start to look at the Eagles when they got Jurgens or something like that, the big boy, I forgot his name. But they went and got big boys to marry up so that they can stop the run approach. And that's what made even the Giants draft Dexter Lawrence and beyond, because they wanted to stop the run. But now it's the inverse.
Right.
They want to stop CD Lamb. They want to stop Lamb and company.
Stop CD Lamb.
Yeah.
Stop CD Lamb, and we gonna hit them with this run like we did in the '90s, which is gonna open up CD because you're gonna have to put guys in the box.
Come on with it, man. You're going to have to put somebody
Listen,
down
man,
in there,
we
man. Come
gonna
on.
score like 40 points a game. I'm telling you right now, we going to score like 40 points a game still.
Yeah, still. Yeah. They ain't ready, bro. Look.
Ain't ready, man.
I was telling the people we was on Bleacher Report on day 2 of the draft, and it was me versus all of the NFC East folks, right? Every time they drafted a cornerback, I was like, "There's a new person for CD to burn." Yeah, I do like I do like both because I'm a DB guy. I do like both of the Eagles DBs, but them just new DBs for CD Lamb to burn.
They ain't ready. They ain't ready right now.
Yeah,
they ain't ready for CD tricks in the league and all that. And you still gonna have to double up on CD. That's why I'm saying we need a. I'm glad we got a 4-4 guy because they're gonna come in. We're gonna double up on CD. Okay, just send that 4-4 guy out on the route and just you gonna have to respect that 4-4 speed. Whether he can catch or not, you still got to respect that, and it's different from saying everybody last year, let's just put Turpin and just let him run a route up the field. It's different when you got a guy that's 6'1" running out, just running the go route. It's different because he's tall, he's easier to hit. You're going to have to respect that. So you can't just double up on CD like you think you're going to do. And now we got a running game, so okay, play around and double up on CD. Drop 7 if you want to.
No doubt,
Drop 7 if you want to against Dak. It's over. It's over. You can't drop 7 no more.
Appreciate you, man, so much for calling in. 100 grand. That's my guy with the plan, man. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's so good to hear him not on that panic button, man. You know, 100 grand was this about a couple of weeks ago. He was all over that button, man. He was full court pressing that one. You know, that joker was blitzing that panic button. But it's good to see and hear him back, man. All right, so the next caller we have. I appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. The next caller we have is from the 754. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me, man.
What's up, Law? This is Dallas Cowboy 1992, Law.
92, man. It's another phone. What's going on, man? You got another phone?
you know, us Cowboy fans, man. I got a bunch of Eagle haters out here. So I gotta keep ditching them.
Okay, you burner phones, man. Hey, just leave me one of them bags of money, man. Whenever I'm over there, just leave it behind one of those buildings, man. Yes, indeed.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, Law. I like the draft. The only thing, 2 things I had to question. It was the second round pick because I just knew we were gonna get the running back from Florida State. Benson, I thought that was going to be the pick. Oh, yeah. And it would have been nice, but I understand why they did it now because listen to all you guys. And it makes sense. It makes sense because we got to look for D-Law replacements. So I understand that.
Yeah.
So it was an okay pick. And the other pick, the linebacker pick, the same thing. I'm thinking, well, we ain't going to get the quality running back that we wanted. So here's the chance to get one of these other running backs. So we went with the linebacker, but that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So what I'm thinking now, what the Cowboys need to do, they need to go ahead and get on that phone. We sign Zeke back, to keep everything together.
Right.
And be a teacher and a learner and be a short yardage back. Go ahead and go talk to the Miami Dolphins. You see what they did? They loaded in their backfield. Yeah. They got the little speed guy that we like that we should have got last year. I can't remember his name, Nietzsche or something like that.
No, A-Chain. Now they gonna get rid of their new guys. They gonna get rid of their new guys.
I know, but I'm just saying, from Dallas, I was trying to talk to the Dolphins to do what they got to do to bring him over here, or go to the 49ers and one of their backs. What's his name, Mitchell? But the thing with him, he can't stay healthy. But if he stay healthy, he'll be a decent back, and he'll be good for like the little
well, 92. Let me just break this down. What you got to do is you got to figure out where our other team surpluses are at, right? And where are your surpluses at? Your surpluses right now, Deshaun Wright, Izzy, and Jalen Tolbert. You got to figure out who needs DBs like them and who needs a Jalen Tolbert that you probably don't really know, but you got to have a good training camp from so that you can trade bait him away, right? And if you want, let's say, for example, a Breece Hall, you know, and since they drafted Breland Allen and then they got Isaiah Davis, they got young running backs. There's only one football, right? And you really want to do that, what the Cowboys got to do, and this is what we start talking about, willing and dealing. They're going to have to will and deal. They're going to have to say, okay, we'll give you a Jalen Tolbert in next year's 5th or 6th round draft pick for X, Y, and Z plus this and that, right? That's how you're going to have to do that to get that other guy, because you just drafted a wide receiver. Jalen Brooks showed you more than Jalen Tolbert, and you got Kevontae Turpin. There's only one football, right? And I know that Brandon Cooks, this is the final year of his contract, and you're paying him $10 million. So you're gonna have to maneuver and will and deal, and then Martavius Bryant too. I forgot that he's on his team. Shout out to you, JV boy.
Yeah, he's on the squad.
So you gotta have to do something like that.
Yeah, and also like with for D-Tech, the Rams, they just drafted the boy from Florida State, Fitz. And they got a couple of people that can help out. I try to get that big boy they got, what's his name, Malcolm or something, whatever his name is. I try to get him for a pick and a player or something to help out our D-line. Because he's a for sure thing. We seen what he could do. Yeah. So I'm just saying, that's what I would do if I were the GM in Dallas, you know.
But who you like out of this draft, man, before I let you go, man? Who you like?
Man, I like a sleeper pick. I like the cornerback because we could slide him like on third downs or whatever.
Carson,
shotgun situation. We could slide him. He could be the left corner out there. He could be the other side where what's his name healthy. Number 7 on Diggs when he healthy, and we could put Bland back inside and have Lewis come in and out here and there. I think that's a sleeper pick.
Yeah, he's a sleeper pick, man. I can't wait to see how Diggs look. I hope that they don't rush him back, right? And I think this is what I'm thinking that they're going to do. Carson's, I need to see more and more tape of him, and bear with me. I'm going to see if he can play inside as a nickel, right? I'm going to see if he can. Yeah. And if they may from the Cowboys' perspective, keep Bland on the outside and, you know, work something from there. But if it's a situation whereas it's Bland and Carson's on the outside and slowly bring back Diggs and keep what's this guy named Lewis inside, then that could be manageable. But I'm gonna look and see what we can do from all of those perspectives, bro. But I appreciate you for calling in.
All right. How about them Cowboy haters?
Yeah, how about them, man? Yes, indeed. I got my brother from another mother. I already know that he was telling me weeks ago, hey, Law, man, you got to look at Ezekiel Elliott highlights, man. And he was telling me all year long, man, Law, look at Zeke, man. And, you know, his name is Scott. He's from the 863. It's you, man. You're live, man. Zeke, #1 apologist. He ain't afraid to say he a Zeke apologist, man. Talk to me, man.
No, ain't nobody. And I mean, ain't nobody. And
Nobody.
I mean, ain't nobody more happy than me than dog. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. The only person that got to watch out for you is Stacy Elliott, because I know for sure you've been already over Mama Zeke. And I know for sure. And I know Stacy Elliott is looking for you right now, so you got to keep moving, bro.
Bro, I'm just saying, man, this is a happy day for me.
Yup.
It's a happy day for my fat man. Look, I just got out of class, bro, when I substituted everybody class because nobody wanted to show up to work. They put them all in my classroom, and I'm like, man, y'all can't cuss me out because I'm happy.
Okay.
Back. Bro, over the weekend, I just found out my ex was a hermaphrodite, and I ain't even get mad, man, because I just found out that Zeke get signed today, bro. I'm happy. Can't nothing shake me today, bro.
Wait a minute.
I'm excited. All y'all fans that just thought that, you know what I'm saying, Zeke was washed and ain't no way possible and all like that, man. I'm just happy to say that I'm the one. I'm the one that told me.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Wait a minute.
Bro, I'm just saying, listen, out of everything this man has done for this team, and for him to go out as a center on the last play, I'm like, man, that can't be the end of Zeke's legacy like that, man. gave in a limited role, gave New England great production. You know what I'm saying? Almost 1,000 yards on run and catching, 5 touchdowns. Bruh, with this new offensive line, bro, I'm looking for Zeke to give us at least 8 again and 12 more touchdowns.
Wait a minute, dog. How you gonna say all of that, man, with a straight face and kept on going, man? Wait a minute.
What's that? What part? Oh, hey, look, man, listen, God.
Hey, man, wait a minute, dog.
God, the Bible says, or somebody said it, that God helped me to control the things that I can and the things I can't. Just don't say back about it, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I know. We went out on a couple dates or whatever like that. I never got to the draws, so I didn't know.
Swallowed up.
But, it's all good though. But I thank y'all for praying for me. But it's
hey,
all
man,
good.
I'm gonna keep you lifted, dog. I'm keep you lifted.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with, hey, look.
I stopped hearing what you said when you found out, man. I'm sitting there like, dog, and you kept going. You're like, yeah, I just ran the stop sign and the red light, and I kept going.
I know y'all be saying pause. I ain't pausing jack.
You ain't paused nothing.
I ain't pausing the goddamn thing. Zeke got signed today, baby. But listen, on the serious tip, man, how great would it be?
Did you give him $30 for lunch, dog? Did you take it to Cheesecake Factory?
I'm taking it, bro. I'm taking it. I'm going to take it. Hey, look, man. Hey, listen. How great would it be if Jerry stuck it around and got Amari Cooper back too, bro?
Oh my goodness, man!
That would be wonderful, bro. Bro, hey, if they find out that I was at one of P. Diddy parties, I wouldn't even care. They got Amari Cooper back,
oh my God!
I wouldn't even care.
So what it was? I know what it is now. I know what it is. If that happened, then I know that it was you. It was you that made the
sacrifice.
It was you that made the sacrifice for all of this to happen, man.
Hey, all I need is $10 from everybody on here. I'll be all right, dog.
hey. They say we'll win 3 in a row if you just go ahead and just take RuPaul out for a good time. You know what I mean? Hey, come on, man. Come on. Make the sacrifice. Come on, Come on.
Check this out, though, man. Listen, we also got to stop acting like we don't have Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is going to have more of a role because, unfortunately, but fortunately, we did have to get, Plus, we got Bryant on there, too. I mean, hey, I'm looking for this offense to beef up just a little bit more. That offensive line, when we got old BB, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe he was still down there.
Yeah. BB him, though, BB is him.
Yeah, BB was down there, bro, and I'm just like, listen, Mike could do a little bit too much, facial expression when we got the first round pick. I'm like, man, chill out. That dude good. Come on, man. 6'7". 6'7" is a big boy on that beast, so we got the beef we need and got Zeke back, man. I'm ecstatic, bro. I'm going to get my jersey today, too. I got my homeboy looking out for me. So, hey, I'm happy. This one Cowboys fan, you're going to hear nothing negative from me unless...
You got to wait, though. We got to wait because he may get 15. Well, no, somebody already got 15. Yeah, he's going to be 21.
Man, we don't have... they didn't bring... what's the name back?
Gilmore back. Yeah.
I just think that was just what they call a security blanket. Give it to Gilmore, bring him in for 1 year. They already knew they were going to bring Zeke back anyway. I don't know why they did it like that, but, hey, I'm excited about that. But if they do bring Gilmore back, give him another number, man.
Give him another
for real.
Man.
That 21 stand out for Dion and Zeke,
Yeah, just don't give him 33, man.
Cowboy
Appreciate
Nation,
you, man.
We're going to be all right, man. That's
Appreciate
all I
you,
got,
bro.
Lord.
Thank you so much, man. Good call from my guy. He's not afraid. He's an Ezekiel Elijah Elliott apologist.
For my team.
Yeah.
How about them member jamming Cowboys? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That boy Bertha.
Sacrifice.
All right, man, my guy, Jay Business, man. Please don't tell me you had some sacrifices, man, to get some things going, man. What you got going on, bro?
I had to take a second. When I first heard with him, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What did you just say?
He didn't slow down. He didn't pause. He didn't say no, did he? Just kept moving, I'm like, wait a minute, bro.
He read it.
That boy ran the red light.
And the yellow light.
He ran them all, man, and hit a couple pedestrians. Didn't turn back and look back. He just kept it moving. I'm like, dang. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! That's my guy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
my guy.
I don't know. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know what I mean. Real rap. I'm not mad at this bringing Zeke back. You know what I mean. I feel like it's like you always say. You know what I mean. You leave no stone unturned. You know what I'm saying. Keep bringing. They need to bring 6 more guys in. 6 more running backs in so they can battle for the position. I don't care how much. Keep bringing guys in until we figure out who's good enough to play that role or play that position. That's the way I look at it. Keep bringing them in, one after another.
Yeah.
Guys, guys from the XL League, all types of places. Bring them all in.
Bring them all in.
All over the place. Yeah, bring them all in. But I think I like to do the boy Snoop. What's the name?
Snoop Connor.
I like the boy Snoop. Yeah, Snoop Connor as a running back. I think he might be able to handle his business back there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excuse the beat, but I'm in my tractor trailer. That's like the little center when people getting close to you.
Yeah. It's all good, man.
I'm in my truck. Yeah. Yeah, also with the draft, man, I think we did very good with the draft, man. You know what I mean? I just feel like, sometimes us as Cowboys fans, they think that we're going to be able to get everything we possibly can out the draft, and it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some stuff you're going to have to settle for as far as, like, the running back position. We got mostly everything we needed. We just didn't get the running back. And like people said, we don't want to be reaching. So if we would have got a running back and it would have been somebody that they didn't really like that, then they would have been like, oh, they reached. So it's kind of like you could never please them. At the end of the day, you could never please them. Yeah, that's just how it was going to be anyway, no matter who they picked. They could have got the running back, and they still would have been complaining, oh, they still didn't get this guy. They still didn't, how it goes.
It'll be somebody saying, Mears was right there, the linebacker, So damn if you do, damn if you don't. But the draft normally takes about 2 to 3 years to completely grade it, and I put out way too early drafts out there for a reason because I got this as a B+. Everything that we asked for, they got it in this particular draft, minus the running back. Now, here's the thing, though. I don't want people to sleep on this Nate Pete. Little Nate.
Right.
He 4.3 too. We didn't have a 4.3 running back in a long time, bro. So he runs a 4.32 at running back. So shoot, let him get there. Yeah. Let Zeke and Royce soften him up a little bit, and Hunter, and then let him come in there and finish off a little bit. Take off a little bit off of the edges, and then put Deuce Vaughn back there. Tiny Deuce Vaughn, you can't see him. Then all of a sudden he's upfield. So if you look back at K-State highlights, you'll see Tiny Deuce Vaughn running behind BB. Maybe that was the situation. Now he can still run behind BB. They know each other.
Yeah, that's good money right there. That's good money. Definitely. And at the end of the day, just like if you would have listened to what Jerry Jones was saying in that conference that they was having, he even was saying that, hey, we still not done. We still might can get somebody on the back end, and we still got in our mind we might be willing to trade for somebody on the back end. I know what he was talking about by that. But me, listening to him saying that, I'm thinking he talked about, probably having a running back or something for somebody. Because they forget that once all the teams look at what they got on their team and they have some of these other running backs that they're not going to need, some of these guys are going to be coming off these teams that we can pick up. So it's definitely not go in the panic mode. I see people still in the panic mode in the chat. Oh, running back this, running back that. That's all they keep saying. It's like asking people. We're going to be trash. I'm like, oh, man, come on, man. Cut that out, man. If y'all with Dallas or y'all ain't, man. You know what I mean? Half of y'all part-time Dallas fans, I swear. Oh.
Yeah, man. You right on that, J Business, man. Hey, I appreciate you so much for calling in, man. Before I let you go, let me know who was your favorite pick out of this draft one more time before I let you go.
Who my favorite pick was?
Yeah, who was it? Yeah.
I got to go with my man, BB.
BB! Come on, man. Appreciate you.
Man, BB.
Yes, indeed, man. And shout out to BB King.
For life, baby.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, dog. You be on all of my stuff, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much,
you
bro.
already, man.
Yes, indeed.
Sir, anytime.
Yeah, it's a good call from him. Yeah, when you think of it, man, we got to let this paint dry. It's still wet, and we got to see what it looks like once it's dry. It may change the color here and there. I just say this, ladies and gentlemen. Not saying that Pete could be our version of Terrell Davis, right? I'm not saying that. But the Broncos didn't go until they got a TD. Yeah, the Broncos didn't go until they got a Terrell Davis, although he was drafted in the 7th round in the latter parts of it. But they didn't go until they got him. If we get run game, I think that it's going to really work for this team. If we can bring back play action, oh my goodness, it can really bring. All I'm praying for, and I hope and I pray that Pete could be that dude, man, with that 4.32 speed. If he just give us a little something, just stay healthy, man. Because what will happen here, we would see some of those things and then they get hurt. Like Julius Jones, man, that year when we got Julius Jones, I said, oh, that boy looking good. Then he broke his leg, you know. So we had DeMarco Murray against all of the St. Louis Rams at the time. Ooh, I said, boy, we got something out of DeMarco Murray. And then he get hurt, right? And then they realized, oh, we can really use this dude as a running back, you know. And then he fumbled the ball, you know, and then we never pick him up again. But if we can just have a good bill of health, I think we can go real far, man. Our health is our only reservation, right? I think that if everybody is healthy, if we can turn off injuries for this year. Just turn off injuries, man. Come on. I think there could be a possibility. And I know injuries are part of the game. But if we can just turn them things off, man, boy, we go a long way. Ain't that right? I got my uncle, man, one of my favorite uncles out here, man. And y'all heard his man before. He talked about what Scott had to do.
Sacrifice. Don't give up the fight.
Scott had
Everything will be all right on any given Sunday. Yeah. Depend on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. One of my favorite uncles right here, man, from the 205. You live, Uncle Charles. Talk to us, man.
What's happening? What's happening, Law? What's going on, player?
Not much, man. Just making it one day at a time. You know how it goes.
Yeah, man. I want to let everybody know, man. I miss everybody. You know, I kind of fell off again, man, because I was just waiting on to see what that doctor was going to say about my daddy. But he is completely healed of cancer.
Yes.
That came from a lot. That came from a lot of prayers, man, from your show. A lot of prayers from other shows.
Yes.
Sitting prayer emojis and everything. So my daddy don't have no spot on his lungs.
Yeah.
He ain't got no spot in his stomach. So it took me a while to try to kind of process that because it's been really bad. It's been really bad going back and forth to the hospital with him, you know, and they're not telling you straight up, hey, you telling me he's not going to make it tomorrow. And then all of a sudden you say, well, we got some good news. And now I'm mostly messed up now.
Yeah. Yay,
but
man,
I just want to thank
good
you
stuff right there, man.
From brother to brother, from father to father. I want to thank you and the many people in the chat for just praying for my dad, and I appreciate you on that.
Man, I love to hear that news, man. Yes, indeed, man. It's a blessing right there.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop a comment because this is what I do. Let me tell you something. The Cowboys did okay. They're addressed to me. I tell you what. You go outside in your car on the flat, what you going to do? Hey. You're going to get another tire. Why? Because you need another tire. Because it's on a what? Flat. That's why you need that. That's right. And so this is what they did. They addressed their needs. I kind of a little mad with them about the running back situation. I thought they should just got them another young horse out there. But they didn't do it. But this is Dallas. This is the way they do. You got to accept it and keep moving. Let me say this, and I'm going to say this in all fairness. And you know, I don't mess around. Let me say this in all fairness. Let me tell you something. The next time you have a family barbecue and your uncle show up with some socks all the way up to his kneecap, trust me, he going to mess up some barbecue. I'm telling you, he going to mess it up. I'm telling you right now, he going to mess up some barbecue. Everything going to be barbecue. Barbecue cornbread, barbecue tater salad, all that. He going to mess up with it. If you see him coming, get him the apron and the grill.
Yeah.
Just let him go. Let's see. I'm going to say this, man. You know, my dad was wild back then. I mean, real wild. And, you know, his brother had told him, hey, I don't want you hanging up on the corner with them boys up there. They ain't no good. And he did it anyway. And my uncle come up there shooting. And he shot my dad in the right part of his arm. Shot him in the right part of his arm. And then 10 years later, he threw my dad into a glass table. My mom told my dad, said, look, you need to stay away from your brother before he killed you. And this is what I'm talking about. How in the hell can you take a 22 caliber bullet and put it in a 38 and shoot yourself? The only person can do that is you. Let me say this in code. If you think that it's only thieves outside your house, trust me, somebody in everybody's family is a thief, or they don't know how to keep their hand off your stuff. Let me tell you something. My cousin, how in the hell can you rob from everybody in the neighborhood? Right. And then they got the interrogation room, and they ask you, what is 54th Street, First Avenue, 54th Street? He said, that's my house. You mean you robbed your own house? You just forgot about that with him. And this is what he did. He robbed everybody, and he forgot about the stuff he robbed from himself. And, man, I appreciate it, man. I'd like to thank my brothers and sisters, Cowboy Nation. I'm going to be coming on, dropping in, man. I'm still mad with the Cowboys. I'm still hurt with the way they did us. It takes a lot of us longer to fool with them anymore. Right. So I'm going to be coming back, dropping some gems, and I hope you will accept me back, Long.
Man, I got you, man. Appreciate you, Uncle Charles.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. That's Uncle Charles, man. That boy got me all choked up over here, man. I'm trying to fight back the tears. I'm looking for my shades. Y'all might have to see me drop a few. But it's going to be tears of joy, though, you know. So salute to Uncle Charles, man. And he's right, you know. If they got the socks on, man, pull it all the way to the top. And they try to cook some food, and they don't got these. If they don't have these on, man, if they don't have these sandals on, man, I don't want the food, man. No. They got to have those right there, man. That's what they got to wear and for this community. You know, I don't know about the other communities. I don't know. But if they don't have those right there, put it in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Put in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, baby. You got to have these slides, man. And if you don't have them slides with the back, you know, the back got to be out now. You don't have to have it going over the heel or the back of the foot. You got to have those slides, man. And there's going to be some good barbecue. I don't even care if it's burnt. It's still going to taste good. Yeah. And if they got them, you're going to be trying to, hey, man, make me an extra plate, man. I got to give it to Cousin Skeeter. I mean, you got Cousin Skeeter, man. Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you got to have them slides, man. And then if it's kind of cold still outside, we will accept those shoes, the thick sole on it. You know, them thick New Balances. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but the flip-flops, man. Yeah, they got to have those on. Now, Lisa said, make sure I look for Lady Jessica. I don't see her in the chat. I don't see her in the phone line queue or none of that. But I do have 815 in order. I have the 408 and then the 860. So, but the 815, you're live on the nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix, man. Talk to me, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You loud and clear, bro. Brandon Ross, man. What's good with you, man?
Yes. And shout out to Uncle Charles. That's a good brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I say that.
Okay.
Now, it has become clear to me why I'm not accepted on this show. Now. I see why I'm not accepted.
Why is
you
that?
Got people like VIP, him and Saucy. Then you got this the caller. I don't know why, Law, you from Mississippi. We can't let that slide by.
Right.
That brother said, that man said, him and his, man, I'm going to just move on.
Huh?
That was crazy. Hey, you got a lot of people that like to watch the show. They cross all genders and all everything. They from all communities. The Dallas Cowboys had a great draft to me. To me, this is a great draft. Like, hey, you couldn't ask for nothing better. The running back situation, we bringing Zeke back. Okay, a third down back. I'm hoping we can get one of them backs out of for the New York Jets.
Yeah.
All of them can't make the roster.
All of them can't. Yeah.
All of those guys. Come on. So I believe there's hope when it comes to that, to the running back situation. I believe it'll get better. With the knowledge that we're not just gonna stand pat. and we're gonna just stand pat, I have a problem with the running back room. But if you're telling me we're gonna get some other players, then I'm fine with what we did. Law, we got to talk about Trey Lance.
Talk about.
I don't
Lance.
know when you go. Law, I'm not saying today got to be the day, but if we being for real, if we're being for real about our Dallas Cowboys, we have to eventually talk about Trey Lance. I'm just saying.
Well, time will be here, man, around the corner, especially seeing that training camp is right around the way. We'll see what Trey is going to look like with this system. Like I said, I alluded a couple of weeks ago that if you're going to have Trey on the team, you got to have run game. You got to have some weapons up front far as the offensive line, and they did just that. So this is a contract year for him as well. Right, so all of the quarterbacks are on this last final year of their contract. So we'll see, man, what that will look like, far as a tangible thing, in a few weeks here.
Yeah, no. I just want to make sure we're clear that this preseason, I can envision the Cowboys are going to have Trey Lance out there every game, pretty much the entirety of all games. He's gonna be out there. That's a conversation that we're gonna have to have sooner or later. But as of right now, look, we need some more receivers. I think we need another corner. But I'm fine with what we're doing right now. The free agency was terrible, but I like our draft. Who you like on your draft, man? Who you like on your draft before I let you go, bro? To me, I like the linebacker from Notre Dame.
Mirrors.
To me, if what I see on tape, because we can only go by the tape, he look explosive. He looks like we might have got us a diamond in the rough. I don't know. I just want to see it. He's one of my players that I'm watching. Shout out to Law Nation. Dak Prescott, the proof is in the pudding. We're moving on from you, brother. How about them Cowboys?
You better leave Dak alone, man. Appreciate you from the A15, man. Yes, indeed. And then these are the second ups, man. The runners ups, because I got to show y'all these right here, man. You know, you gotta have those. You gotta have those too if you're gonna cook some barbecue. If it's cold and stuff like that, and you can't wear the flip flops or the sandals, the slides in. If you see these out there, and they on the grill, just wait in line, and you're going to have a good time. Yes, indeed. Them soles so thick right there, them New Balances, man. And then they'll talk some stuff and some trash and play some pickup basketball. Yeah, they ain't going to dunk on you now. Unc going to set a screen for you to shine, right? But he going to have these on, man, and they comfortable, man. Yeah, they ain't the diabetic shoes, but, you know, they close to it. And they work out for you real good, you know, you know what I mean, right? Come on with it. Shout out to the New Balances out there, man. Yes, indeed. So I got from the 408, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
What's going on, Law?
All is well, man. Can't complain, man. Mm-hmm.
How you feeling, brother? How we feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good one day at a time, man. Mm-hmm.
How we feeling about this draft, man? I see a lot of people complaining, but I'm actually pretty excited, pretty happy.
Man, like I said, I give these boys I got a B+ for the grade for this particular draft. I think that everything that we wanted and everything we asked for, they gave it to us, right? Mm-hmm. So all we got to do is sit back and wait for training camp, and we got to wait for a mini camp, training camp, and then preseason to see whether or not we were accurate on our grade assessment here. Everything else looked positive for right now. Mm-hmm.
The way I see this draft is I see it as a heavily influenced Mike Zimmer draft. That's how I see it.
Break it down.
I see. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of people were kind of mad about was it Marshawn Nealon pick? Actually, I was at the Star. Actually, was unhappy, and people started to walk out. And I'm like, yo, I didn't watch the Senior Bowl. I saw my boy Marshawn Nealon push what's his name, Morgan, the kid Morgan from Arizona.
Yeah.
Pushing him back into the pocket.
Yeah.
I saw like just more of the physicality. The players that selected at cornerback, Kalen Carson.
Yeah,
He's
Kalen.
a press corner. Now, I'm a little concerned that he's going to be one of those players that draw a lot of penalties because he's a little aggressive. I hope the corner whisper, the DB whisper we have in Al Harris and Mike Zimmer can help with the development of this player. I thought that was a good pick, and I don't think, to be honest with you, there was a running back at that time that was better than that pick. I know that we didn't pick a running back. But we had other needs, and then we've seen in the NFL is that if you got a good O-line, a really good O-line, I'm not saying it don't matter who's running the rock, but it ain't got to be no all-pro running the rock. You got a good O-line. A good O-line can make up for a decent running back, and an all-pro running back can make up for a decent O-line. And I think our O-line, like you said, we haven't seen nothing yet. It's all on paper, but that interior. We got Cooper Beebe at center. That interior looks nice. You got 2 all-pros on each side.
The way they drafted, bro, is the fact that you don't have the capability or the possibility to see Josh Ball. You don't have to see you don't have to get a chance to see Matt Waletzko. So by that alone, that helps, man. You know, people gotta realize, man, give me Tyler Guyton, man. Give me BB in there, man, because I don't want to see Josh Ball. And to a degree, I definitely don't want to see Chuma Edoga. So hopefully, man, it'll be a situation that organically Chuma, Josh Ball, and as well as Matt Waletzko, we won't have to see them because now we drafted those replacements right here on the field, and it's going to be good for us.
Are we? Am I being correct? But with the O-line that we have, so we got Tyler Guyton at left tackle, we got Tyler Smith at left guard, we got Cooper Beebe at center, Zach and Terrence Steele. I would put us at probably one of the biggest, and I say biggest, I say the biggest O-lines in the NFL altogether.
Collectively, we have one of we have one of the most athletic offensive linemen too. When people start digesting what, I get it, I understand what most people are feeling with Tyler Guyton, but if you look at Brian Baldinger's tape on how he broke down Tyler Guyton and what he did against Jarrett Verse, who's one of the best edge rushers in this draft. He showed me something, you know.
Hey, film don't lie, Lord.
Film don't lie, man. The eye in the sky, man. You know, feelings do. Feelings, when you got your feelings involved, they will lie to you, and you know, they make you emotional. You know, emotional make you cry sometimes too. So that's all I'm gonna say with this, man. Before I let you go, man. Who was your best player again? Kalen Carson. Hey, I can't wait to see him. You know, I love DBs, man. Hey.
He a dog. That's what we drafted. We drafted dogs.
Yeah.
They ain't sexy picks. They just dogs. They're gonna go out there and gonna take your lunch, bro. That's
no
what
doubt,
I want,
man.
physicality. And for the Cowboys running, and for the before I go, we could fix this running back thing. We got about 7 draft comps next year. We could use some of that capital to trade for a Raheem Mostert, a Damon Pierce. I mean, there's still good talent out there that we could pick up that maybe other teams might not see as value. But like I said, other teams don't have the O-line that we currently have. Yeah. And that's a little bit of a silver lining I got. How about them Cowboys? And I'm excited, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Appreciate you. Good call from you, my dog. Appreciate you, man. That's Stephon, man. Appreciate it from the 408. Matter of fact, I forgot to even try to load this up. So y'all bear with me, man, while I try to load this up, man, and go over what Brian Baldinger said about Tyler Guyton. It's not going to take long.
First round to the
Hold on. Bear with me. Hail Mary. Run quick, see. What do we have here now? Yeah, I'm almost there, man. We going to pull up this Tyler Guyton tape, and then I'm going to let my guy, I think that's VIP, but just hold tight for me, VIP. I'm going to pull this tape up right quick so that people can understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. Boom. We're going to put this in here. Real talk, baby. Let's go with it. And here we go.
The Cowboys traded back in the first round to the 29th selection to take Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma. Here he is in a bowl game, 2022, against the 19th pick in this draft, Jared Verse. Like, you watch him against the best player he played with at Oklahoma. And he lined up on Jared Verse a dozen times in his bowl game. And he dominated him in every phase that you can. You watch him here, and you watch his set. You watch his hands. Watch. Bam. See the inside post right here? Here comes an end tackle twist. Get him to the guard. Be patient. Wait for the tackle to loop. And then get your big arms, long arms on him so the pass can be thrown. Like, you watch him, and you go, maybe the best brings out the best in him. Like, watch the inside post right here. It's natural. It's fluid. It's the way it has to be right here. Bam. Inside post. He wants the inside. Stop it. Jam. Jam. Jam right there. Now get your other hand on him. There you go. Hand-to-hand combat. Boom. Now you watch him right here, and you go, watch him put him on skates.
Skates!
Like, this is the power you want. He takes him right off the screen here. Bam. Like, you just punch him, and you drive him, and you run with him. He runs excellent. All right, his movement skills. Like, he's fluid. You watch him right here. Watch him cut off the backside, all right? You want to come backside, you got to go through me. Cut off the backside, all right, in the run game. Backside blocks are as important as front side blocks. Let's watch him one more time. Right. Here it is, inside rush. Inside rush, wad him up. He wants to go inside, run him into the guard. Let the ball come out fast, all right? A lot of stuff to like about Tyler Guyton in this bowl game against Florida State's Jared Verse. The Cowboys traded back in the first.
So that's what Brian Baldinger's analysis was. And, I mean, y'all can fight amongst yourselves, and if you know more than he, I'm not saying that just because he said it, he's right, then break it down yourself, man. All I can say is what you want to do is like Lego blocks. You want to stack upon those things. And Verse is a damn good edge rusher, and he was able to put him in his back pocket. Now, granted, he's going to be flipped to the other side. So, Solari, here's the thing. You need athletic tackles, athletic guards to run that pull system that Solari likes to do. Now, will these guys be day one ready? No. So put the Kool-Aid down, ladies and gentlemen. When I'm telling y'all to sip the Kool-Aid, hey, what my guy Boss Cowboys says, hey, you first measure before sipping. So I want you guys to still do your measurements, right? You got to say, I got to add more sugar. I need more ice, man. Give me some ice. Let me get some lemon, man. I just don't want straight up Kool-Aid. Give me some lemon in this stuff. Let me get a little tang swang to it. And then if you're really on a different level, hey, can you get vodka? Can you get tequila? Can you put a little hen dog in this Kool-Aid? You know, so there's a different levels to this Kool-Aid thing. And then some people say, hey, can you freeze mine, right? I want mine to be like a slush. There's multiple ways that you can make this Kool-Aid. Right? But you can't do it without first measuring. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want y'all to blindly go out here and start sipping. But I'm telling y'all right now, I'm sipping this Kool-Aid. I'm sipping it. I'm not drinking, but I'm sipping, and I want y'all to do the same. So put SIP in the chat if you are doing that with your Kool-Aid. And I got my dog, VIP. What's good with you, man? You're live on the nation, man. Talk to me, man.
Law, hold on. Before they put the SP, have them put Slurpee. I heard your boy Brandon come on here and confess that his ex-wife was a hermaphrodite. Look.
Wait. Hold. You got the wrong gun, man. That was Scott. That was Scott who said.
No, don't cover. That was Brandon in disguise. I already know. Look, Brandon, we got happy for you, bro. Because I heard when he came on the second time, he was taking it out of his mouth. You heard him gargling. He was gargling when he first came on, Law. I heard him. Law, look, Law. I'm just happy for this guy, Law. I don't want to go Chris Brown Quavo on this guy. But look, Law, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Keep my name out your mouth. Law, I am currently in Memphis, Tennessee, Law, with young jock people. So if you want that smoke, If you want that smoke, Slurpee King, put your addy in the chat, bro, or send your addy to Law. I'll take you to lunch. We can just handle this as a fair one.
Wait a minute.
So cut it out. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type that will pull up. I'll be at your doorstep, bro. Right before you eat dinner, showing your wife what a real man is.
Let's
get back to the draft. Let's get back to the draft. Yeah, there you go, Lord.
Your ass.
Yeah. Already, Lord. Already. Look, Lord, this how we gonna pop this season off, Lord. No Slurpees allowed. Yeah, Brandon, get it in. Get it in. Suck it up, Brandon. Yeah, all over your lips and your nostrils. Yeah, man. The no gag order is still in effect for Brandon and his hermaphrodite wife. I am happy for you, bro.
For the Lord that was on my side. I would have been.
He wanted to.
Swallowed up. Have you ever?
Oh, man. I ain't mad at you, B.
Man, come on, bro.
I'm happy for you. Sometimes we got to unpack these things, Lord. I'm happy for him, Lord. Let him confess. I'm happy he let it out. Now we can get to the draft. Now we can get to bringing 21. Can you do something for me?
Yeah,
I want to say three things about 21. Man. Because I love me some Zeke. We're going to get off of the Slurpee. We're going to get off to a real topic.
Okay.
21, not only will he cash in from the 5 end, but Law, what we didn't have all season. We don't have to get down to the 5, Law. Yeah, that's right, Law. So you all right, Brandon? Get it off your lips, off your nostrils. We don't have to get down to the 5, Law, and be hesitant.
Okay.
Because we get down, I think Mike McCarthy, it made him think too much. You get down to the 5, and now we have the threat of a run, Law. Right. The threat of a run will make the defense change up their concept and the way they can go at it.
All right.
So now y'all can't put 5 or 6 DBs back there. Now y'all got to load the box because look at my Zeke.
Yeah.
Look at my Zeke, Law.
Man.
Law, Zeke is good behind this line. And what I want to look, I was on Jerry and them for parking lot pimping.
Yeah.
But we all know Big Willie knows how to get his scout team together for draft. So what we did, Law, what we got this whole last 2 seasons, what, Law, was big bodied out the club. Did we not, Law?
Yeah.
Our biggest acquisition was I love 60. I love him. Law, he's an ex-basketball player. That means his feet is already automatically inclined. So his feet is already there. So all he got to do is build his muscle up. Law, we ain't worried about that. We already know. We got the pedigree to develop like all-pro offense, not just good offense, all-pro offensive line. So with that pedigree, what my biggest pick this year is Big BB. Big body BB will change the middle of the field for us. What will change our quarterback will give him an extra second, which we did not have. Our center got big body out the club every Sunday.
Man.
So look, Lord, man, I'm so happy.
Close.
I want to see this kid Nate though. I want to see because I think that's the 2 things we lack is that speed threat as a running back, and I still want an official number 1 tech. But I also know Jerry and them like to shop after June 1st because we all know that's when all these vets gonna get cut for these rookies. So we're gonna shop again June 1st. I want a deep tackle, Law, and like my man Hunter said, I do want like a tall possession receiver.
Right.
I think that's one last thing we lack of. And other than that, Lord, like I said, man, I'm happy for Mr. Slurpee and his hermaphrodite. And look, man, I'm glad, bro. I guess he's no Diddy. I mean, he is Diddy. I guess he's Diddy. Or whatever you want to call it. We just happy for the brother, man.
I appreciate you so much, man. Yeah. I ain't no killer, but don't push me, man. Appreciate you so much, man, for calling it. There's my guy,
you already
VIP,
know how I
man.
go. How about them Cowboys? Keep my quarterback name out your mouth, Slurpee.
The turn of a wrong way. Oh my goodness, man, that battle, man. These guys ain't gonna never get right, man. They gonna always fight each other, man, on these YouTube streets, man. Oh my gosh, man, I wasn't ready for it. But with that being said, I got Brandon from the 325. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. What you got?
Hey, I just want to be confused. I ain't the other Brandon. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
And man, and speaking of, the last call was exactly right on man. Everyone's tripping on Guyton. His feet can't be taught, Law. Like his feet can't be taught. That's just God given to be that big and be able to move. His hand placement, all that. We can put some muscle on him. Hey, he's gonna be ready to go. Maybe not by game 1, he'll be starting, but by about game 8, he'll be ready to go. And I'm just excited about what the Cowboys kind of did. It was a rough offseason for us fans, and Tyler Biadasz has been a problem for a long time. Our quarterback has most problems up the middle.
Yeah.
When the pocket gets collapsed. And against the very best, and he does a good enough job, but against the very best, when it matters, listen, Biadasz getting whooped,
Oh, yeah.
He's getting whooped.
He just got good hand placement, good hands inside, but no power. That's the only thing with Tyler.
No power. So, hey, listen, I mean, that was the weakest. When he got selected to the Pro Bowl, I was so mad. I was like, oh, damn, they're going to keep him again. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
But now, but I want them to try that shit again with BB in the middle. Now we got BB, we got Tyler Smith, and we got Garth. We can. I want to try all those A gap runs that we ran for 1 yard last year. I want to run them right back this year. And it don't matter who's the running back. I can run 4.5.
Go ahead with it. And here's another thing, though. Here's another thing. Even if you do get a pile up with 1 yard, you know what BB gonna do to him. He gonna tickle him. He gonna play with him. He gonna do all type of stuff. He gonna punch him all in the guts. He's a gritty, nasty guy. And I'm looking at it like this. You got Tyler Smith to the left of him. You got him in the middle. Then you got Zach Martin to the right of him. So even if it is a dirty yard, I want them to still make them pay. And that's what we're gonna get with this offensive line. It's the mindset that you're gonna get.
100%.
Yep.
Can you imagine the combo blocks with Tyler Smith and BB? This is throwing Jalen Carter into linebackers.
Yeah. You need that match.
And so overall, I like what we did. I think Nealon I think he's NFL. He's got NFL grown man strength like today. He just needs some technique and some polishing. That's what Zimmer's best at.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to get a lot of reps. Well.
Yeah.
And so overall, I like what we did. I know everyone's panicking, but, we got a whole bunch of compensation picks. We might trade one of those fifths for somebody for a nose or something like that. You know what, Locke? I'm just sitting back and I'm waiting for the cake to bake. You know what I mean? Like, just stirring the Kool-Aid. I'm ready to drink it all as soon as it's ready, but it's not ready quite yet.
It's not ready yet, man. Got to let that cake go through its process.
Yeah, I love what we did, and I think Flournoy might surprise some people too. I think Flournoy, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen him drop a pass yet. Like he's got great hands, and he had the fastest GPS at the combine, and last year was Puka Nacua. So if it's any indication, let's ride.
Let's ride with it, man. And I think Steve Simcoe is going to get things going for him as well. Appreciate you for calling in, Chief.
All right, have a good one.
Good call that's Brandon from Houston, or Brandon Houston. Let me know if that's your last name or you from Houston. All right, I got the commissioner, man. Commish, you're live on the Nation, man, from the 254. You're live.
Oh, how you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I can't complain, bro.
What did I tell you, man? I told you they were going to do the O-line center thing. I told you.
You did. Well, you own it, man. You are on it. You was right on the money with it. Yep.
So I'll go first with my favorite pick was BB. I honestly think he's like a volcano with legs, man. There ain't nobody there to stop that man.
I love it. Yo.
But I wanted to bring a couple of things up to you. I thought the draft overall was good. I do think that they said they were talking about finding players that were ready now, but honestly think they were really just thinking future. Let's get talent. Let's build these guys up and let's work towards it because they're going to be strapped against the cap next year too. But I was interested about your thoughts on Zeke real quick, so I do want to ask you a question about that.
Go ahead.
Do you think that they're bringing Zeke in to help with teaching these other running backs like Pete, for example, how to play? Because I was looking at him, he looks like a real running back.
Nate,
but I think Zeke is more of a mentor guy at this point.
He's right now will be more of a bigger resume guy than a Royce Freeman as that mentor, right? Whereas he can say, "Hey, I was a rushing leader before."
About that. Yeah. I mean, he that was Zeke's thing. He was never afraid about getting his job taken from him. He was always about teaching these running backs in here how to do it the right way. And so they got that Pete guy. He's got juice. You were talking about the 4.32 speed, and I mean, you can help these young cats, figure some things out. You never know what you'll stumble into.
Never know, and that could be what we've been missing. Speed at running back. I get it. Tony Pollard was a 4.3, 4.4 guy or 4.5 or whatever. But he was a guy that had short area quickness and he can run. But he was a converted wide receiver to a running back. Whereas now you got these guys like Pete. Hopefully, man, he can get into this and just be just a speed back that can run C-gap runs or what have you, and bounce it to the outside, your end arounds and things like that. And I hope that can be a situation for us.
I have two more things, and I'll let you run. I don't want to hold anybody else up. But number one, a while back, Skywalker Steele had a video on Steele and how he had played during the Green Bay game. There wasn't a lot of positives how that game went. But when he was showing how Steele had finally turned a corner, going back to his old style of self. So I think that lends well for what he's going to do this year.
Yeah. It's gonna run great for us. Go ahead.
And then lastly, as far as their undrafted free agents, I do think that the Ford guy, there's something real there. He's an extension of he's an offensive lineman with hands. So, that to me, I think is going to be interesting. I'd like to see what he can do.
Oh yeah, that's going to be something that when we start looking down every year, the Cowboys front office do a great job of finding that undrafted guy that can stand tall. So this could make us forget about John Stevens, the other tight end. But if you look at that guy's tape and you think about what we can see with Jake Ferguson going into now, I believe his third year, right? So now you're going to see a fullness of a tight end room. Maybe we can introduce back 12 personnel. That's going to be more tangible now. And that also can help out the offensive line if you bring that to the table.
Yeah, that Ford guy, he's a man. There's no doubt in that. He's a man.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you for calling in, Commish, man. Let people know where they can find and follow you again on your show.
Yeah, so I have my YouTube channel. It is Commish Gaming and Sports Talk. The and is an and sign. Doing Cowboy content and then obviously gaming. And so I really appreciate the support. Love you guys. And it's always a great show when I get to listen to you.
No doubt, man. That's my guy right there, man. The Commish, man. Good call from him. All right, so we're going to lock.
The conference has been locked.
And rock steady, baby. All right, so those who are locked in, come on, man. It's 2:35. Let's make these calls quick, and let's get on up out of here. And because I got to eat something. I've been live for a minute, so I don't want to pass out over here. So I got from the 251, and then I had the 206. So from the 251, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, Law?
What's good with you? What's good with you?
All right, man. Look, I like the draft, man.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It was a B draft. But we refused for about 3 years in a row, we refused to address the running back situation with a young back.
Right.
Ezekiel Elliott the sign is not bad, but I see him as just a short yardage specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry refused, and I mean refused, to address the running back situation. The rest of the draft was good. We addressed the offensive line. We got linebacker. We got D-line. We got the D tackle from Auburn in the 7th. We got the D end in the 2nd round. It was a good draft, but I got to give it an incomplete. We needed a young running back.
Okay.
Royce Freeman, he's not a proven back. Ezekiel Elliott, he's old.
Mm-hmm.
Can he help us? Yeah, he can help us a little bit, but we need that young stud. We could have gotten the first back off the board. We were in the 3rd round, no backs were taken. We could have got one. And that's what I'm disappointed about. Another thing, too, Law.
Talk to me.
I'm so tired of Jerry laying all the blame at Dak's feet. The problem with the Cowboys, and I want you to hear this too, Brandon, and all you other Cowboys haters out there. Dak ain't the problem. That was a 4th-round pick. He's been way better than we ever thought he would be. That was a godsend. Now, is he a great quarterback? No, he's not great, but he was still the MVP runner-up. Most Super Bowl winning quarterbacks weren't great. They were pretty good to good. And Dak's done his job for this team. Dak needs more help. That's the thing. He needs more help, and this team has got to get him more help. But guess what? The same owner, Jerry Jones and his son Steven, are the ones to truly blame here. They haven't given Dak the help he needs. They took away Mark.
Okay.
They gave him James
Washington.
Hey, oh my foot.
My foot.
And T.Y. Hilton, Jalen Tarbert, who maybe he'll be developed into something we don't know, and Noah Brown, that's what you replaced him with? I'm telling you, I truly believe that Jerry and Steven are sabotaging this guy, man. Dak doesn't deserve this. And really, part of me, I want Dak to stay here and get a new deal along with CD and Parsons and a couple other guys, but part of me really wants Dak to go, man, because Dak doesn't deserve this, man. Dak doesn't deserve what he gets from this team at all, man.
Well,
Dak has been an amazing quarterback for us, and nobody wants to mention how when we lose, he stands there and takes the blame. He stands there and takes it. It's a different deal being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. This ain't the quarterback of the L.A. Chargers. This ain't being the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a different animal. I mean, Dallas may as well be in L.A. or New York because he's on an L.A. or New York level when you talk about being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. So that deserves more respect. But I'm gonna tell all y'all who the real enemy is.
Who's that?
Jerry and his son. It ain't that. But as far as the draft is concerned, I like it, but I gotta give it an incomplete grade because we refused 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row to address the running back
situation.
Man, yeah, that's an eye opener right there, man. I appreciate you for calling in. What's your name so I can have you locked in?
Rudy. Yeah, lock me in as Rudy, man. I talked to you a couple of times.
Yeah, Rudy. Cowboys Rudy, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, Chief.
Thank you, homie.
Yes, indeed. Good call from I think I didn't want to, extend the conversation like that, but I just think that the Cowboys, Joneses, the family, they want to win. Ultimately, they want to win it their way, though. That's the only thing. And it's hard, man. Look, if you're working for a company, man, and you got somebody that's making $80,000 a year, right? It's hard to tell them what to do, right? And you're like, hey, man, can you do this? And they say, yeah, they would do it. It's hard. Yeah, to tell them what to do. Can you imagine trying to tell a billionaire what to do? It's just hard. They have their own sets of rules and principles and things like that. So that's just how that goes. But I got my guy, Eric, from the 206. You in the mix. Talk to me. You're live on The Nation.
What's going on, Mr. Ross?
Hey, not much, man. Shout out to your Seattle Seahawks, man. appreciate your team, man, for what they were able to do in this draft too.
Yeah, I was very surprised that that was not go running back. I was thinking for sure that one of those picks was going to be a running back.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think that they already had their mind made up that it's going to be Zeke as their running back. And if they couldn't get Jonathan Brooks, then they were going to just roll with what they got out of Zeke, Deuce, and Rico, and Snoop, and Royce Freeman. They're going to roll with that.
Yep. So, yeah, it was very surprising, but I guess the big surprise is Zeke's coming back home.
Yeah, he coming back home, man. He's coming back to be, RB1 for right now. I don't see anybody that's going to trump him, and everybody else is going to just try to see if they can soak in and learn from what Zeke brings to the table.
Yeah.
Running back by committee.
Yep. He's going to be, he's only like 29, so I don't think he would be retiring after this year, but sometimes when a player goes back to his first team, it might mean that he thinks that there's nothing left to give after this season.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Well, he got $3 million, man. I wish my old company can call me and say, hey, Law, we got $3 million on the table for you, man. You just want you to come back for 1 year. Yo. Yeah, but yeah, man, Eric, man, I appreciate you so much for calling in, man, and shout out to Byron Murphy. This weekend I will be meeting up with him, man, and maybe I when I go live, maybe I can get him on the podcast, man, to give you a shout out, bro.
Oh, cool. And of course, I can't leave without saying it. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Yes, indeed. My guy, B. Tuck, who is the D-line guru, we will be having trainings this May 4th and May 5th. It's going to be 50 young offensive linemen and 50 young defensive linemen at a training academy, and we will be doing that. Trench warfare with my guy B. Tuck, and some of the Cowboy players will be there as well, training and helping these youth get together on training, especially at defensive line, the trenches, down in the trenches, and I can't wait. That will be this upcoming week. I can't wait to see some of those that's in the DFW area to come on out, and I'm trying to get a few of my guys. I'm gonna call Boss Cowboy Sports to come up. I'm gonna call, and I know Vach, he's out of the DFW area, but I'm gonna still call him to see if he can come out on May the 4th and the 5th to come on out so that we can have a sit down with some of these guys, and as well as Scott Walker Steele. Anybody that's in this area that would like to sit down and go over some of the things as far as the content creation side, we're going to reach out to them this weekend. Hopefully, we can get a chance to talk to Osa Navel Gallimore, although he will be going to Miami Land. I think he's going to be registered to also help B. Tuck out. Maybe we can steal a few minutes with them so we can ask them a few questions on new media style, right? The next person that's on this list, I got Marcus, man, from the 513, and then we had the other 206. So, Marcus, you're live from the 513. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's good, Law?
Not much, man. Chilling.
Yeah, man. So, I got to say, overall, I'll give this draft probably an A-. Like, I'm just thinking, like, future and looking back in hindsight in the future of these players being developed in 2 to 3 years, and just thinking of the potential of where we could be at. Number one, looking at the offensive line. The offensive line is basically being solidified for the next so on years. Like, we really don't know how long. It could potentially be like at least 5+ years. Right. And then we'll just have a gradual shift for Zach Martin. Now, do you think TJ Bass is possibly the number one option to take over Zach Martin's spot?
Brian Broadus, I heard him briefly say, or someone, I think it was Brian, he said that he liked TJ on the left guard side versus being on the right guard side. He didn't like what he was seeing from TJ when he played at right guard. So there could be a possibility that the young BB can pretty much slide to right guard in the future, and they go out there and they find another center. It could be a situation. Or TJ, we don't know when they break that pool stick who's going to ultimately win that center spot. And TJ, he got a leg up on anybody that was drafted this year because he's already been in a year with Mike Solari's system. So I got my money on BB. Before BB, I had my money on TJ. But Brock Hoffman, we'll see if he can turn the corner. So it's going to be a good problem to have for those guys competing for that spot. But I think ultimately the Cowboys may do this again. They may draft another offensive lineman next season in the first round.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah. Hey, if it's not broke, they say don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep drafting offensive linemen in the first round.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And, with the BB pick, I feel like that's a big upgrade at the center position because he has that lower body strength of being able to anchor whenever there's bull rushers. And that's a big upgrade because Biotish, he was good in like a finesse technique type of way as a center.
Right.
But he didn't have that strength to be able to anchor the pocket down for Dak. And that was one of the biggest problems for Dak was getting that pocket collapse in the center.
Yeah. Dak did a great job of evading and eluding, but we look back at a lot of tape, you see Biotish getting walked back. He got good hand placement, just terrible anchoring. And so they try to work him out. Duke Manyweather, if you ever get a chance to pull him to the side, he'll let you know, hey, man, he's technically sound, but the strength, his base, he's just not as strong as what we like, But there are other options out there. So hopefully Duke will be working on these guys. Brock Hoffman, he got the inverse. He's strong, but then he get displaced and he get thrown around because he got bad hands. His late hands, he's sometimes slow. And when you got to sit down and anchor, although he's stronger, he gets moved around like a rag dog as well. But offensive lineman, that's a real man spot, man. So we'll see, man. Year to year, everybody grows, and hopefully we can see something from there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think the Zeke signing is a pretty good signing. I don't think it's the greatest, but I think it's definitely a good signing because it does bring a sense of, okay, if they need to watch for Dak in the first place because of who he's became since last year, that means it opens up the box to where, you look at this tape right here with Zeke. When Zeke has those open lanes and the box isn't that loaded due to the coverage needing to be back and double coverage on CD, and, Ferguson's getting highlighted as well, Zeke can take advantage of those lanes still, and he has that power to at least bring some force to make people think about it.
Right. On light boxes. You right, Marcus, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man, and you have a good one, okay?
All right, brother, man. Take care.
No doubt, man. Good call from Marcus, man, from the 513, the Cincinnati Marcus, man. Appreciate him. All right, so with that being said, we moving, boy. We moving good. I got from the 206M, Jay, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law? How you doing, brother?
All is well. Can't complain.
I'm just watching on the chat to let all the Cowboys fans know. You guys are goofy. Bass could play. If you Bass big, strong, so some dude on here talking about Bass is trash. You guys are dumb as hell. If Philadelphia had Bass, I bet y'all gonna be saying he's trash. Y'all so goofy, man. One thing about these Cowboys fans, they talk about these players, and one thing about Zeke, the center we had last year was horrendous. I'm glad he went to the Redskins. Thank God.
Yeah, they're gonna find out.
It made the O-line weak. And these people, and You got BB. Now you put BB in the middle. You got your Mark. You got your Tyler. And the kid for Oklahoma said he could play left. That's what he wanted to play anyway. They just put him on the right to protect the lefty side. But he said he's a natural lefty. And he know what he got to work on. He already told you. He said he had his hand placement was just like when we drafted Smith. When we drafted Smith, I saw all you Cowboy fans on here who was crying like a woman. Then the guy out like an all-pro. Now y'all kissing his ass. Get out of here, you fake Cowboy fans. These guys been drafting good offensive linemen all their life. So they know better than you dummies on here that don't know no football. And one thing like we said, if you give Zeke a better line, he's going to run. And I'm going to tell you something. Y'all think this backfield, I guarantee you, if McCormick, that's why he got the offensive coordinator we kept telling you,
Simcoe.
The scheme guy from Boston, he going to help big boy how to run that ball. I guarantee the Cowboys run for 2,000 yards with a three-man rotation because that big boy, the other 230 halfback, you got to tackle him and Zeke back to back.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard that be? That's whoever the third string quarter halfback, boy, y'all better be practicing because you might get you a big contract being the third string running for 600 to 700 yards and you fresh after them two big boys running up that middle, beating up them linebackers and them safeties. When you get in the game, boy, see, Cowboy fans don't watch football long. They just complain, I want the pretty girlfriend who cheat on you. That's what they like. The Cowboy fans like that fake makeup. They got all that makeup on long. You take it off, they look like a monster. That's what the Cowboy fans do. Y'all need to get out of here and stop crying. And this going to help Dak Prescott. Now Dak Prescott, just like you said, Law, Dak Prescott can fake. Now we can, what you call it, under the center? That,
right.
That fake stuff, like you finna fake it to the halfback.
Oh, yeah, play action. And
this play action should go really good. And now you really get destroyed. It's going to help all the receivers. Oh, and Henry Sharp, you about to get cut, bro. You'll probably be playing for the Redskins or Philly. I can see that. Because that big boy from Minnesota, that boy could block and he could catch. Now we can run that 12 like Law. Everything you've been wishing about to come. You about to get your wish, Law.
Man,
12 personnel.
It, bring it back.
Under the center with that. And it's gonna be a good. I'm glad for and this gonna help Dak Prescott. I'm happy for Dak Prescott because now he's got his boy. What they thinking? They all in, y'all. Zeke coming back. They trying to win the Super Bowl. They got a chance now. Don't get their butt beat down no more like we got beat against the Redskins. Zimmer got his linebackers. They're gonna get more D tackles. Like Cleveland got a lot of D tackles. They're gonna get cut. That's the team I'm watching. I'm watching Cleveland D tackle. They got like 5. They already talked about they can't keep all them D tackles.
Okay.
And you're going to get a halfback. Everybody drafted all them halfbacks.
In closing over here, man. Yeah.
Oh, in closing, you can't hide all them halfbacks. Everybody got about 5 or 6 halfbacks. And when they put them on the practice squad law, just like they do the Cowboys, when we try to hire somebody on the practice squad, somebody take them.
Yeah.
That's good. So we looking good. Thank you, Jerry Jones, because you did a Jimmy Johnson draft. Let me say this again to everybody. We did Jimmy Johnson draft. We went for construction workers. We didn't went for the pretty boy that get our ass whooped.
Yes,
How about them Cowboys, and let's go.
Yes,
I'm happy for Dak and Zeke. Let's do it, baby.
Yes, indeed. And shout out to all of the noobs, too, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man. You said pretty boy. All right, man. I got the last 2 callers, man. And my belly touching my back. So I got the 716. Hey, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix, talk to me.
Law, Long-time listener, first-time caller. Great to talk to you, my friend.
Man,
I'll
always
make this
good.
quick. You can go get some food in your stomach, my friend.
Yeah.
BB speaks for himself. I think he's going to be a day one starter at center.
Yeah.
When I looked early on at Tyler Guyton, it reminds me of a young Tyron Smith. He's raw, yes, but if you remember when Tyron came out of USC, he played the blind side there, which was right tackle at that time. Now, here's a young man who's coming into the league healthy, good knees, good back, good neck. And what they know is from the intel from Oklahoma coaches is he's going to put the work in that they give him. Now, he may not be a stud week 1. He may not be a stud week 8, but this kid's going to be solid. I hope he starts right off the bat. He's going to get all the work this offseason before week 1. One more thing before I hang up here, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Trey Lance. You talked about Trey Lance. Didn't Trey Lance sign a 5th-year option with Dallas, which gets him through next year, or am I wrong on that? Because I think the Cowboys would rather hope that Trey Lance shows a lot of stuff so they don't have to put the credit card out on Dak again. Law, good talking to you, my friend. I'll listen to your answer. Bye.
No doubt. Good call from my guy. Yes, the Cowboys did not sign the 5th-year option for him. They presented a contract for Trey Lance, whereas they pay him $5.5 million. The 5th-year option would have been right at $22 million. So they said, no, we don't want to pay that much money for Trey Lance without seeing him. So what they did was they just gave him a $5.5 million deal for this year. Now, granted, he will be a free agent at the end of this year, and regardless of it, I think that his base will be anywhere between $20 to $28 million APY on his new deal. So regardless, you got to pay that, and then they are on the books for Owen Dak Prescott $40 million for the next season. The only way you can make that $40 million go away is if you extend Dak Prescott, and they already eating about $55 million now. So and that's what he's going up against the book, and I'm talking about Dak Prescott. So regardless of it, they're paying a high premium for quarterbacks for the 2024 season, and based off of predictions here, if they don't extend Dak Prescott, they will be paying another high premium for a quarterback for the 2025 season. So it's 2 seasons in a row that you'll be paying a high premium. The only way you can get from paying a high premiums of that much, if you extend, and if you do that, then you can knock down some of that money that's going to be against the cap and spread it out. The name of the game is spreading your cap monies out and then using your cash to offset that so that you won't be paying so much of a high premium. Keep in mind, Dak Prescott, last season, I think he counted the most, was about $28 million or $29 million, something like that. And the season before that, he only counted 21. And then the season before that, he only counted $17 million against the cap. This will be ultimately the highest that the Cowboys are going to get hit from that cap hit in these next 2 seasons, 55 and 40. And regardless, you can't prorate that or spread that money out due to the fact that they didn't extend Dak Prescott. So if you look at this as a soft rebuild, that could be a thing that you can look at. But regardless of it, you got $40 million that you got to pay. I got my guy, Point Dexter, for the 409. What's on your mind? Talk to me.
How you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great.
I tell you what, man, I don't try to play GM, and I let the GM and the draft and all that. I'm looking forward to seeing you and, hearing from you in Oxnard, because I don't cheer for the front office.
Right.
I cheer for the players and the coaches. And,
True.
we're going to see. We're gonna see how we're gonna put this thing together once we get to Oxnard. We're gonna have the bodies. Can't do nothing about that, because, like I say, that's the ownership. They gonna get the bodies in there. But what happens is, what we do with the bodies once we get them in there, and that's what I'm looking to hear from you, because you own it in Oxnard. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I put something in that little kitty for you. So I make sure you get there. But another thing I wanted to say, man, the offense, I would love to see more Turpin in the offense. And getting Zeke back, second level, he'll start punishing people. You get him to the second level, he'll definitely start punishing people. And, Dak Prescott, a lot of people talk about what Dak Prescott is not. But sans that little Cooper Rush anomaly, the only success Dallas has had was because of Dak Prescott. The only success they've had is because of Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all that other stuff, I think they waiting on what Sunshine gets in Jacksonville to find out what they want to do with Dak. I'm thinking because Sunshine and Dak is in the same situation more or less.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of looking at each other and saying, okay, who gonna move first? Because we talk about the thing that's happening with Dak, but the same thing is happening with Sunshine in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Waiting on the leaves to fall. Yeah. They did, and they paid something else. They paid Josh Allen first, the edge rusher or the linebacker there. They gave him an unbelievable contract. So it's like, hey, you're supposed to pay your mortgage first. So yeah, we ain't the only one.
Only ones, baby. But like I say, I'm waiting for Oxnard, man, to really get into this football thing. I appreciate you, the round table. All of y'all analysis, man, and the banter and the love that y'all have for each other, man, is a great thing to see, especially in this day and time. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if you look around, there's a lot of backbite, there's a lot of this and a lot of that, but I don't really see that with y'all fellas. Y'all lift each other up. If somebody's having a hard time, y'all lift them up, man. There's a lot of prayers goes out, man, and I appreciate what y'all doing. I appreciate your content. I appreciate you. Okay. Now I'm gonna holler back at you, man. Probably around Oxnard time. Okay. But until then, how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in. Let's go, man. Appreciate you. It's a good call from him. All right, so I got to do a hard close. I got a meeting that I forgot that I got to be in at 3 o'clock. And let me see. Hopping on now. Let me see. Yeah. But I got to be in with Swayze, the last dance type of roster. Jerry putting together the clear front office moves. Yes, you're right, bro. I got to get out of here. I got to run like OJ, man. The first time, well, he's running somewhere, flying somewhere now in heaven or wherever he may be. I don't know where OJ at. But, y'all, appreciate y'all. One love, DC for life. Get out the way. I get him up here. Get out the way, man. Get out the way. Move, man. Get out the way. Here we go. All right, one love, baby. Might well put him back up here, huh? All right, get on out the way. Get on out the way, baby. We up out. Got to do a hard closeout, man. Got to go. Appreciate y'all. Peace.